Online game Hokage. The Return of Otsutsuki. Chapter 81. More than a dozen flattering voices surrounded the Emperor Mingzan, and he did not hesitate to abandon the Black Dragon Society's invasion of China, and even utterly expel the Black Dragon Society from the Kingdom of Japan. In the online game Tiandao, the Emperor, as a descendant of the Japanese creation god Amaterasu, has gained great power, and almost the ordinary people in the country have become believers of the Emperor. However, the big consortium and the underworld people hidden in the dark as the Kun main constitutional system are not reconciled to the Emperor's taking away the power. To this end, a large number of large consortia and underworld figures united to form the Black Dragon Association. Even more than 10 years ago, taking advantage of the domestic turmoil in China, he occupied the city of Jinzhou at that time and created the Black Dragon City. The founder of the Black Dragon Society apparently accepted the rule of the Emperor's castle, but he did not listen to the announcement, and has always been outside the Emperor's government. However, although the two sides are in different power classes, they secretly wear the same pair of trousers. They always talk about occupying China as their top priority. The establishment of the Black Dragon City, the Emperor City, also put a lot of effort in the dark. But now, because the Black Dragon Society provokes Otsutsuki Yi Qing, it even sends someone to secretly assassinate Yi Qing in the real world, which directly caused a violent backlash. Overnight, the Black Dragon City, with a population of hundreds of millions, had the Black Dragon Club of more than 3 million elite ninja players, and was directly uprooted, with no root hair left. Ahem. The Emperor Mingzan coughed slightly and said lightly. All the aftermath of the Black Dragon City will be handled by the Internal Affairs Department. The most important thing now is how I should face the pressure of the Chinese Presbyterian Church in Mingsan City. According to the news from our spies hidden in Mingsan City, the Chinese Presbyterian Church has been in Mingsan City for almost a month. There is no possibility of blocking the alliance between the two major forces. If the Chinese Presbyterian Church and Mingsan Castle form an alliance, coupled with the threat of Otsutsuki Yi Qing, our country would be in danger. With the voice of Emperor Mingzan, the dozens of Japanese ministers also looked at each other, not knowing what to say. Returned to His Royal Highness the Emperor Mingzan, the Chinese Presbyterian Church has formed an alliance with Mingmori Castle, and we can also show our favor to Mingmori Castle. Suddenly, the old man just stepped forward again, with a low voice, and said very mysteriously. After all, to provoke Otsutsuki Yi Qing, it is the Black Dragon Association who will go its own way. I, Emperor City, did not participate. Moreover, I heard that the main body of Otsutsuki Yi Qing is actually Yi Qing, the young master of Mingsan City. This person is very lustful. There are countless women at a young age, as long as we do what we like. Following the old man's voice, the eyes of the other ministers also changed, and immediately countless bad ideas came out. Yeah, Lord Emperor, Yi Qing is rumored to be very lustful. Before the arrival of the new Tiandao online game Ninja World, he searched for the 18 most beautiful girls in Mingsan City and formed Theme's girl group. My country has the most popular AKB48 girl group. As long as it can form an alliance with Mingsan City, this combination can be given to him. There is also the lowly women's group. These women's groups are all young girls from 14 to 18 years old. They are all virgins. They can also be given to Yi Qing. It's just a girl. As long as I can make Otsutsuki Yi Qing stop paying attention to my Emperor City, all the beautiful girls let him choose. Following the discussion of these dozen masters, the sugar-coated shells formed by beautiful girls, girls groups, and virgins gradually took shape, ready to attack Mingsan City and Yi Qing at any time. It was only a few hours later that Emperor Mingzan and the dozen or so coup-headed strategists finally discussed how to win over Mingsan Castle, or Yi Qing. After discussing the tentative decision, Emperor Mingzan patted his hands gently and said loudly. Very well. Next, we will send diplomatic troops to Mingsan City, hoping to see Mr. Yi Qing. Yes, His Majesty the Emperor. As for those girls, we will send them to Mingsan City as quickly as possible. We must ensure that these girls are all virgins. Yes, His Majesty the Emperor. Following the promulgation of orders from Emperor Mingzan, the entire imperial city immediately fell into a busy state, which can be regarded as the most anxious day after the end of the day. The other forces did not know about the preparations for the Japanese emperor's castle. However, the incident that Yi Qing destroyed the Black Dragon City overnight swept the world with a violent wind sweeping fallen leaves. Especially in the territory of China, the several big forces that are already hostile to Yi Qing are all silent at this moment and dare not do anything out of the ordinary. Dragon City. When the news of the destruction of Black Dragon City came, the entire Dragon City, whether it was the high-level management of the city in the real world, or the high-level players fighting in the game, all went offline and discussed closely about Yi Qing. The Black Dragon Club dared to assassinate Otsutsuki Yi Qing in the real world. If I was destroyed, even my Dragon City is implicated. What should we do? What should we do? Our Dragon City was the first to offend the forces of Otsutsuki Yi Qing, if it weren't then. Shut up. It is normal for you to kill me and I kill you in Tiandao online games. Then Otsutsuki Yi Qing can even destroy our Dragon City. Ying Long is right. However, just in case, we still have to send someone to Mingxin City to check the wind. Alright, Ying Long, this matter is left to you, you must investigate the situation in Mingxin City. Yes, City Lord. However, we still have to prepare with both hands. The Lord of Longcheng stroked the stubble that was densely under his chin, and said lightly. There are countless opportunities in the world of Tiandao online games. Otsutsuki Yi Qing just got a chance to become so strong. And I also obtained a piece of information in the game, and this information is enough for me to wait for a chance. At that time, I, Dragon City and Otsutsuki Yi Qing, will win or lose, or two. City Lord Wise. Also, Otsutsuki Yi Qing lost his trace after destroying the Black Dragon City, so we must find him out. Whether it is in the game world or in the real world. Yes, City Lord. At the same time, Wushuang City Washi Yuangjia Blue Temple, and even Tianluotawang, also started a fierce debate because of Yi Qing's destruction of Black Dragon City. However, whether it was due to a hostile state, an alliance state, or even a large-scale power in a neutral state, professionals were sent to Mingmori City to find out what Mingmori City was saying about this matter. But Yi Qing, who was talked about by everyone's heart, got a message from the game and appeared in. The sky was full of wind and yellow sand was flying. This is the border of the country of soil. At first glance, the sky is full of yellow sand and mud, and you can breathe at will, and you can get a mouthful of mud. There are also huge stone pillars that are more than 10 meters high. After hundreds of years of wind blowing, they appear to be dry and huge. This is the land of the land. Densely packed stone pillars almost covered their borders. It is a natural defense structure, but also an important obstacle to the foreign exchanges between the land and several other countries. At this time, a group of ninjas wearing khaki Iwagakure ninja uniforms appeared on the border of Earthland, where few people had come, and they were marching towards the border of Earthland. The number of Iwagakure ninjas in this team is roughly more than 100, but the head is a middle-aged man who is about 30 years old. This man is wearing a purple suit, a simple helmet, and the Iwagakure ninja logo on his forehead. These people are obviously Iwagakure's ninjas, but the words that come from their mouths from time to time show disrespect for Iwagakure. Especially the middle-aged man in the lead, cursing something while walking, his tone did not show any respect. Onoki, despicable and shameless, he came into contact with the Wandering Ninja secretly and wanted to use money to buy the Wandering Ninja and attack Konoha. Iwagakure, how could such a despicable Tsuchikage appear? As the ninja of Iwagakure, this middle-aged man didn't have the respect for the fairy third Tsuchikage in his tone. Instead, he showed disgust and curse everywhere. On the other hand, the more than 100 ninjas behind him, although there are many unhappiness on their faces, they do not dare to curse Tsuchikage at will. Just like the leading man, they can only continue to complain. Old Brother Z, Master Tsuchikage has his own plans after all. Brother Laozi is right. My Iwagakure ninja is not afraid of war. There is no need to hire a wandering ninja. Yes, I'm Iwagakure for more than 10 years, and now I don't fear any enemies at all. Old Brother Z, you'd better go back. After all, Master Tsuchikage just has such an idea and hasn't implemented it yet. Old Brother Z, don't do anything stupid. Once you walk out of the border of our country, you will be regarded as a traitor by Master Tsuchikage. Yes, Brother Tsuchikage, Tsuchikage-sama treated you well. Ninja world is not at peace during this period. Sunagakure's one-tail Morizuru and Takigakura's seven-tails Chome were both captured by a mysterious man. If you. Yes, Brother Z, if Master Tsuchikage doesn't care about you, would you still send us to protect you? With the sound of these ninja voices, the identity of the leading man came out. Iwagakure Four Tails Jinchuriki, Old Purple. The tail beast sealed in his body is the Sun Wukong with the strongest melee ability among the 9 big tail beasts. In the original plot, Four Tails Monkey King's melee ability, even 8 Tails Gyuki 9 Tails Kurama dare not try easily. More than a dozen voices of response or persuasion sounded, making the leading man even more irritable. Shut up, Laozi. With Laozi's roar, all a dozen ninjas around were shocked and silent. The man standing in front of them is after all the tail beast Jinchuriki. If he goes mad, he would not recognize him. Among them, some of them are ninjas who are closer to Laozi, but more people are sent by Onoki to protect Laozi. Although this group of people are strong, they cannot escape their lives under the attack of the angry tail beast. Onogi, it was a complete mistake for him to be Tsuchikage, and the old man didn't want to do things under his command. Handing Iwagakure to him will lead me astray sooner or later, little man. Laozi was swearing insanely, but no one around the ninja dared to stop it. He could only stand awkwardly and wait for him to vent enough before he could continue to persuade him. You know, there are stubborn ninjas in the entire Iwagakure, among them Four Tails Jinchuriki and the current third Tsuchikage. The two have known each other for a long time. As Tsuchikage, Onogi has always been loved by most of the village and has great prestige. On the other hand, Laozi, because of Jinchuriki's identity, was despised or even hated by most people in the village. With the passage of time, the contradiction between Laozi and Onoki became deeper and deeper, and even reached the point of fighting. Both of these two are stubborn, and they have long been at odds. This time, because of the outbreak of the Third Ninja World War, there was a contradiction in preparing to attack the country of fire. In a fit of anger, Laozi and Oyemu quarreled and prepared to leave the land of the earth directly. On the other hand, Oyemu also listed Laozi as a traitor, and sent people to chase and kill Laozi. Of course, the people under his hand knew that there was only a small conflict between the two, and the chasing troops became persuasive troops after they rushed to Laozi. However, Laozi, who is stubborn in character, doesn't listen at all. And just as Laozi and the Iwagakure ninjas who followed him were arguing, a figure suddenly appeared on a stone pillar not far from them. White clothes and white pupils, with double horns on the head. Otsutsuki Yi Ching. Through Byakugan, watching Laozi and his party gradually approaching him, a sneer slowly appeared at the corner of his mouth. The 9 big-tailed beasts are actually the creatures formed by the compression and condensation of Jofun's different attributes, and they are accompanied by extremely bright chakra fluctuations. Using Rinnegan in the palms of both hands, Yi Ching can monitor the tail beast Jinchuriki among the 5 great nations at any time, and monitor their movements. And just after he settled the real-world matters, he landed in the game and discovered Four Tails Jinchuriki of Iwagakure, the country of the earth. He actually left Iwagakure's sphere of influence and appeared on the border of the country of the earth. In the original plot, Four Tails Jinchuriki betrayed Iwagakure and became a wandering monk because of his stubborn personality and a discord with third Tsuchikage Onoki. Later, because of Chakra's attributes, he was captured by Kisame and died. And now, it happens to be the day when Laozi betrayed Iwagakure. Four Tails Monkey King. I really thought it was the Monkey King of my Chinese nation. If you dare to call this name, let me try your strength. As soon as the voice fell, Yi Ching's figure suddenly violent, and he directly killed Laozi and others not far away. Someone is here. After all, Laozi is Four Tails Jinchuriki. He has an innate sense of extreme alertness towards chakra. He found the trace of Yi Ching for the first time, and suddenly looked towards the direction where Yi Ching flew. Enemy attack! Enemy attack! Enemy attack! Several exclamations also sounded at the same time. The ninjas who can be sent by Onoki to chase Laozi are all elites of Iwagakure. Not only discovered Yi Ching's traces for the first time, but also jumped onto the surrounding stone pillars at the fastest speed, occupying the commanding heights. But Laozi was under the protection of these ninjas, staring at the direction where Yi Ching flew. White Byakugan, firstborn with double horns. It is exactly what the intelligence said, the mysterious boy who captured one tail Shuhei and seven tails Chomei in succession. We just came out of Iwagakure. How could this boy know where we are so quickly? Is there a traitor in Iwagakure? Protect old brother Z, we must not let this young man continue to succeed. Hurry up and inform Master Tsuchikage. More than a dozen exclamations sounded again, and within a few seconds, this group of Iwagakure ninjas had already assigned tasks. The large forces continued to surround Lao Zi to protect him, but they separated a few of the fastest ninjas and ran in the direction of Iwagakure, with the intention of pulling in reinforcements. Facing this group of elites of Iwagakure, Yi Qing's speed did not slow down at all, and he still rushed towards the old purple on the ground, extremely fast. Stop him! With an angry shout, the Iwagakure ninja who immediately occupied the surrounding commanding heights immediately performed ninjutsu, and many people had a stone pillar and rushed directly towards Yi Qing. Earth-style Earth Formation Wall. Earth-style Earth Dragon Bullet. Earth-style Tulong Gun. Boom! There was a loud noise suddenly, and dozens of stone pillars surrounding Lao Zi suddenly vibrated violently. A huge earth wall of more than 10 meters high and 3 to 4 meters thick appeared beside him, and together with dozens of surrounding stone pillars, he was protected. In addition, dozens of earth dragons and stone spears formed entirely of mud, roared and rushed towards Yi Qing. In just a few seconds, earth-shaking changes occurred in an area of several hundred meters, like an earthquake. Ninjutsu. It has no effect on me. With a secret cry, I saw Yi Qing's figure facing the earth-style ninjutsu that was overwhelmingly rushing towards him, without the slightest hesitation or fear. On the right hand, a scarlet light flashed by, and a huge suction gushed from the palm of his hand, directly towards these earth-style ninjutsu. Buzzing. Boom boom boom. There were bursts of violent humming and vibrations, and I saw that these dozens of earth dragon soil walls, like floods of floodgates, all rushed towards Yi Qing's right hand and were directly absorbed by him. But within a few seconds, the earth-style ninjutsu, which had almost obscured the sky, disappeared without a trace. Only the ninjutsu on the ground that is more than 10 meters high. What's going on? Our ninjutsu. What kind of ninjutsu is this? It can absorb other people's ninjutsu. The intelligence once said that this young man who caught the tail beast has the ability to absorb ninjutsu and rebound ninjutsu. We forgot. Several exclamations and annoyed sounds sounded. These Iwagakure ninjas were suddenly attacked by Yi Qing, and immediately thought of fighting back. However, in a hurry, they even forgot that all ninjutsu doesn't work for Yi Qing at all. Iwagakure ninja's annoyance and regret did not affect Yi Qing's actions. After he absorbed these earth-style ninjutsu, Rinnegan in his left hand immediately felt a scorching sensation, as if something was about to rush out. Looking at the Iwagakure ninja who had already begun to show fear and anxiety on the ground, Yi Qing didn't have any intention to stop, and then with a waves of weird fluctuations crazily poured out from the palm of his left hand. Go! Rumbling. Suddenly, following Yi Qing's actions, he saw dozens of the same earth-style Tulong gun technique suddenly appeared in the space in front of him. Iwagakure ninja smashed it. However, the difference is that the dozens of earth-style ninjutsu that Yi Qing threw with his hand is at least dozens of times larger than the earth-style ninjutsu performed by these Iwagakure ninjas before. For a while, the sky above the heads of these Iwagakure ninjas seemed to be covered by a lid, and it instantly became pitch black. Looking up, I saw that the sky was full of hundreds of meters long and huge earth dragons built entirely of mud, smashing towards them at a speed visible to the naked eye. It's such a big dragon bomb. So strong. So big. It's over. Secretly sighed from the mouths of these Iwagakure ninjas. At this moment, their eyes were desperate. Rumbling. Finally, the dozens of earth dragon bullets in the sky still smashed down, and the whole ground trembled violently. Rumbling. All of a sudden, the eardrum was full of roar and explosions, and it was endless. For a few minutes, the smoke and dust in the sky has not dissipated, but Yi Qing is not at all relaxed. Although this move is huge, it can deal with some miscellaneous soldiers, but for the tail beast, it can only be regarded as a tickle. Moreover, he had already sensed that deep in the ground, there was an extremely hot chakra, which was condensing crazily. Four Tails Jinchuriki, is it finally going to be shot? Boom. As soon as the voice fell, I saw that the ground that had become a ruin suddenly heard a violent roar, and a magma ball with a diameter of more than 10 meters long slammed toward Yi Qing. Lava-style burning river rock technique. Among the ruins, Lao Zi's calm voice came slowly. Lava style. Unfortunately, as long as it is ninjutsu, it has no effect on me. Yi Qing smiled faintly, grabbed with his right hand, and repeated the old trick, ready to absorb this magma ball. Unfortunately, something that surprised him happened. Seeing this magma ball rushing up aggressively, it stopped at a distance of more than 10 meters from Yi Qing, slowly dissipating in the air, leaving only a feeling of blazing heat. Huh, blindfold. As soon as the voice fell, I saw the ground suddenly burst out of a red body, with four tails that looked like dinosaur tails, and grabbed it at him. Four Tails Jinchuriki, Old Purple. Roar. A roar suddenly came, and I saw a monster suddenly rushed out of the ground at this time. The upper body of this monster is a human body, and Lao Zi's appearance can be seen vaguely. However, in the lower body, four huge tails that looked like dinosaur tails appeared, and they were very powerful. In just a few seconds, Lao Zi had entered the state of the strongest tail animal clothing. The four tails have all been called out by him. Not only that, at this time there is still a thick layer of magma attached to Lao Zi, flowing slowly from head to toe, and the whole person looks like a magma monster, very terrifying. Lava-style chakra mode. This is a special ninjutsu unique to Four Tails Jinchuriki, or ninjutsu. The whole body is wrapped with high-temperature lava to enhance the self-body art. Often, everything that comes into contact with the attack will be melted by the high-temperature lava, and the attack power is very powerful. At the same time, high-temperature lava can also enhance its own defensive power. When a normal attack touches the surface of the Old Purple, it will be gasified due to the lava. This lava chakra mode has both lethality and defensive power, which is very rare. In fact, this lava-style chakra mode is similar to the lightning-style chakra mode secretly passed down by Hokage in the Cloud Shinobi village of Thunder Country. They all rely on a special chakra to activate their own attack power and defense power to achieve the goal of surpassing ordinary physical skills. The difference is that Cloud Shinobi village's lightning-style chakra mode of Hokage can be taught to others, and it is good at attack power and speed. As for lava-style chakra mode, throughout the original plot, he is the only one who will use it. Moreover, his lava-style chakra mode is good at attack and defense, speed is not his strong point. Boom. With the sound of breaking through the air, Lao Zi's speed was very fast, and he jumped to Yi Qing's side almost instantly and slammed towards Yi Qing with a punch. The heart moved with thoughts, and Yi Qing still escaped Lao Zi's punch at the very moment of his death. After all, Yi Qing has a special ninjutsu that can float in the air, and has a natural advantage against people on the ground. However, even though he escaped Lao Zi's attack, the fiery courage attached to Lao Zi Quan's wind still made him feel a bit of difficulty in breathing. Each tail beast has his special chakra, and will show more powerful power due to different environments. In the original plot, Four Tails Jinchuriki Lao Zi is because he has left the land of the earth and lost his home court advantage. Moreover, Kisami's trespass was water-style ninjutsu, who was born to be Lao Zi's natural enemy, so after a series of fierce battles, Lao Zi was captured by Kisame alive. But now, Lao Zi is still in the land of the earth, the surrounding stone pillars, gravel and high temperature have just increased his strength by several points. Boom. Boom. Boom boom boom. A move failed, Lao Zi bent down in midair, and the four thick tails around his waist flashed several fiery red lights directly, smashing towards Yi Qing frantically. Die. A voice that suppressed incomparable anger came out of Lao Zi's mouth, and the original mouth had become a white hollow hole, exuding an extremely dangerous aura. Court death. Yi Qing, who retreated in midair due to dodge Lao Zi's attacking figure, gave a secret cry, with his right hand vigorously, pushing towards Lao Zi's four tails that were thrown wildly. Shen Luo Tianzheng. Boom. Boom. The weird undulating sound and the violent roar sounded almost at the same time, and I saw Four Tails Jinchuriki's original tail smashed down wildly, as if it had hit a transparent city wall. The figure of the whole person was actually bombarded directly from mid-air by an invisible force, and when it hit the ground, a huge pothole appeared on the ground, and there were countless thick smoke rising around it, which was very miserable. Ha 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 ha. Four Tails Monkey King. I don't know who gave you the courage to call a monster that can't even save his life by this name. Yi Qing's voice came over slowly, and his figure also followed Lao Zi's back and fell down. Universal pull. With a secret drink, I saw a huge and incomparable attraction, suddenly pouring out of his hand, turning into an invisible big hand, and slamming it towards the ground. With this grasp, not only was there layer after layer of fluctuations in the surrounding air, even on the ground, there was also a wave of shaking. A large amount of stone pillars and gravel dust all rushed towards Yi Qing with this attraction. Who are you? Why are you targeting me? Iwagakure Jinchuriki. A voice that resisted fear and anger suddenly came, and I saw that following Yi Qing's movements, an Iwagakure ninja covered in blood and very embarrassed, actually lay on a boulder and approached Yi Qing. Go to hell. Another voice full of murderous intent sounded. I saw this Iwagakure ninja approaching Yi Qing, ignoring his own danger, jumped, and the karma in his hand slammed into Yi Qing's heart. Stabbed. It is a pity that this Iwagakure ninja has not understood the gap between them and Yi Qing. Before he rushed to Yi Qing's side, an iron rod that appeared out of thin air penetrated directly through his body and splashed. A cluster of bright blood flowers. Ho 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 ho. Suddenly, a roar with an incomparably crazy tone suddenly came from the ruins on the ground, and bursts of fiery red water burst out from the cracks in the ground, almost in a matter of seconds. It occupies hundreds of meters in a radius. These currents are magma. Looking down from Yi Qing's direction, the ground has almost become a sea of magma, and the pungent sulfur smell keeps pouring out, making Yi Qing frown. Lava-style wagwoshin. Rumbling. Suddenly, there was an explosion from the huge lava sea under Yi Qing, and a huge magma tens of meters high suddenly exploded, blasting in the direction of Yi Qing. From afar, this area seems to hide a huge active volcano, which is exploding frantically at this time. Boom 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 b. The violent roar came continuously, but within a few seconds, Yi Qing's range of hundreds of meters was almost completely enveloped by infinite magma. Magma. Yi Qing, who was surrounded by countless magma, quietly felt the fiery daring coming from wild, but there was no hint of fear in his eyes. This move is the strongest ninjutsu that Four Tails Jinchuriki can perform in the second posture of Tails Jinchuriki. With the lava-style chakra contained in the Four Tails Monkey King, display the sea of magma that shades the sky and burns the earth. In the original plot, Four Tails Monkey King used this trick to force Eight Tails Gyuki back. One is because Gyuki is too strong, and the other reason is that Gyuki is good at water ninjutsu after all, and has a natural suppressive effect on Four Tails Monkey King. If you encounter other tail beasts, you will definitely be seriously injured by Four Tails Monkey King's trick. Lava style. A faint voice came, and these blinding eyes approached Yi Qing almost instantly. But in Yi Qing's eyes, there was a trace of disdain. Although the magma is strong, it can hardly cause any harm to him. Since you use lava style, then I use lava style technique to break your lava style. Following Yi Qing's voice, his pair of Byakugan suddenly lit up, and with a wave of his hand, the chakra inside his body circulated crazily, running crazily in a specific way. Suddenly, a whistling sound that almost pierced the sky sounded, and with Yi Qing's movements, a huge firebird with white wood spreading its wings for nearly 300 meters suddenly appeared in front of him. 5 elements circulation molten bird. This move is an enhanced version of the previous A-level ninjutsu Yanchi. The original pure fire attribute ninjutsu was added to the nature transformation of the earth attributed ninja, and it was transformed into a giant bird composed entirely of magma, piercing directly toward the ground. Not enough. A faint voice sounded again. This move was just his casual use. Although it could withstand Lao Zi's ninjutsu, it was not enough to kill him completely. 5 elements circulation ape rock. Roar. With another wave of his hand, I saw the ground that had been turned into a sea of magma, as if suddenly something was standing up. Countless magma surged wildly, almost forming a huge stone pillar in the center. It was just a few breaths, and I saw a huge violent ape with a height of nearly 100 meters and a body made of magma and boulders suddenly appeared on the ground. Ha! Roar! The sound of eagles and apes hissing is endless. With the appearance of these two monsters, the temperature of the surrounding air has increased by at least tens of degrees. Not only that, but under the feet of these two giant beasts, the sea of magma has shrunk at a speed visible to the naked eye. It seems that the original magma sea, because of the appearance of these two monsters, was drained of vitality and could no longer be sustained. Boom! Suddenly, the ape rock, which was full of magma, suddenly lifted its big foot and stomped hard towards a place in the magma sea on the ground. With one foot, it stomped that place directly into dross, and a large number of cracks continued to move towards. Rushing around. Roar. A sound that seemed to contain extreme pain came, and that place was where Four Tails Jinchuriki Laozi was hiding. It happened to be sensed by the Yanyan summoned by Yi Qing, and he was seriously injured with one foot. After this step, a huge pit with a diameter of more than 10 meters and a depth of 7 or 8 meters was stepped out. As for Four Tails Jinchuriki Laozi, I don't know where it went. Gudong Gudong. Gudong Gudong. Just when Yi Qing was about to use Byakugan to detect Laozi's direction, he saw that the magma sea under his feet suddenly heard bubbling noises, and he became frantically restless. Roar. A voice full of fierce anger suddenly came from under the magma seabed, and I saw a huge monster with a height of 50 or 60 meters and four-tailed monkeys on the back suddenly rushed out of the magma sea. Four Tails Monkey King. At this time, Laozi had directly abandoned his consciousness and entered a state of complete body and tail animalization. This state is enough for the tail beast to display all its strength and strength. Roar. Boom. With just a shock, Four Tails Monkey King had already pounced on Yuanian's body, smashed him in one hand, and a large amount of magma and boulders rolled around. Ape Rock was originally a monster created by Yi Qing using the Chakra Fire attribute and Chakra Nature transformation, but he did not expect it to be smashed by Four Tails with a single punch. This kind of strength is terrifying. You know, Yuanian has hundreds of degrees of magma flowing on his body, but as Four Tails Monkey King, these magma will not hurt him at all, but can increase his strength. Roar. Another roar came, and I saw Four Tails Monkey King on all fours, with his two front paws clenched into fists, bombarding Ape Rock frantically, but after a few breaths, Ape Rock was blasted into one by Four Tails Monkey King. The dregs of the earth. Not only the Ape Rock, but also the Firebird made of magma was torn to pieces. Wow. Wow. After solving these two monsters, Four Tails Monkey King clenched his fists, smashing his chest frantically, as if demonstrating and venting to Yi Qing. Later, when he grabbed the ground casually, an extremely heavy stone with a diameter of 7 or 8 meters appeared in his hand, and he threw it over. These magma boulders are not the boulders formed by ninjutsu, but the ordinary magma boulders, which were smashed by Four Tails Monkey King as a hidden weapon. For Yi Qing, he can absorb any ninjutsu, but for this kind of pure physical attack, he can't absorb it at all. For example, in the original plot, Lord Madara cast the Sky Obstacle Star, after his resurrection, and used the extremely terrifying gravity to pull two boulders to descend. That was a real meteorite, although he could blast it into dross, but he couldn't absorb it at all. Ha 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 ha, worthy of being Four Tails Monkey King. Monkeys are smart, so soon I found the weakness of my ninjutsu. Yi Qing's figure is like a wandering dragon flying in the air, easily and comfortably dodge the magma boulders that are constantly flying, but in words, it is a contempt for this futile method. Roar. The roar came from the Four Tails Monkey King again. This time he opened his arms. Whether it was a boulder, magma, or even the stone pillar next to him, he used it as a weapon and smashed it frantically towards Yi Qing in midair. In an instant, Yi Qing was flying up and down like a mosquito being driven around. Okay, let's not play with you. After all, you are not the only beast with tails, there are also several heads and tails, waiting for me to catch them. After a full few minutes, while Four Tails Monkey King was breathing heavily to rest, Yi Qing's figure also stagnated in the sky less than 30 meters away from Four Tails Monkey King. Seeing him casually nodded, a ninjutsu seal was formed in an instant. Water-style Great Waterfall Technique. Rumble rumbling. A violent roar suddenly rang out, and with Yi Qing's actions, the land under him suddenly exploded, and a large amount of blue and white water rushed out of it, and immediately poured into the magma sea. Rumble. Under the surging of Yi Qing's chakra like a deep sea, the waves almost raised dozens of meters high. The white waves rolled at the top, rumbling, and smashed directly toward the magma sea. Zitsa. Boom. The messy roar and billowing white smoke rolled up, forming a large swath of milky white smoke that went straight into the sky. At this moment, the endless stream of water violently touched the hot lava sea, and there was a huge shaking of the earth. In the original plot, Kisame and second Hokage Senju Tobirama can perform super-large water-style ninjutsu in a waterless land, and can even turn the surrounding space into water to attack the enemy. At this time, Yi Qing, the chakra in his body was also several times stronger than Kisame. A small A-level ninjutsu waterfall technique, displayed by him, almost turned the border of this land into a piece. Wang Yang. Zizizi. Under the impact of the flood, the original magma sea quickly melted, and a large area of the magma sea turned into black-green boulders, and was submerged by the flood again. And Four Tails Monkey King, who was in the middle of the magma sea, his eyes were filled with anger, and he kept backing away. As a tail beast who is good at chakra nature transformation, this water-style ninjutsu shadow is their nemesis. Roar. Unable to retreat, Four Tails Monkey King actually bent down, and his two front paws plunged directly into the magma sea below him. Chakra surged in his body, and an extremely dangerous aura suddenly poured out of him. Lava-style Zuohei Great Eruption. Rumbling. There was another violent roar. With the performance of this ninjutsu, I saw a magma sea tens of meters in the Four Tails Sun Wukong exploded suddenly, and countless boulders mixed with magma toward Yi Qing in the sky. Smashed. Almost half of the magma sea was set off by Four Tails Monkey King's ninjutsu, turning into a giant net covering the sky and the sun, sealing all Yi Qing's escape space. It's just a dying struggle. Looking at the endless magma rising from the ground, Yi Qing's eyes did not change at all. With a wave of his hand, the surrounding area had become a sea area and several huge waves were set off, directly blasting on this huge magma. Rumbling. Ziz. Another roaring sound and burning sound rolled up from the sky. Under the impact of the flood, the hot flames of the magma that had already rushed into the air were directly extinguished. The smoke, falling from mid-air, set off a lot of waves. Hey, this chakra fluctuation. After solving the sky full of magma, Yi Qing's eyes lit up suddenly, and he looked towards the ground. In that place, a violent and crazy chakra wave suddenly rose. Wow! There was a roar, and even the dense fog in midair was shaken away, revealing the scene on the ground. At this time, the magma sea on the ground has completely disappeared, replaced by floods all over the ground. However, in the flood that almost covered this area, Four Tails Sun Wukong was lying on all fours, squatting there on a blue-black triangular hillside that was still braving the gurgling smoke. At this moment, his head was raised high, and a wave of chakra with crazy killing intent was madly condensing in his mouth. Tailed Beast Bomb. Looking at it, the Tailed Beast Bomb of Four Tails Monkey King has been prepared for a long time, and it has taken shape. Roar. There was a roar, and I saw Four Tails Monkey King take a deep breath, and the Tailed Beast Bomb in his mouth turned into a black and red fire, and it slammed towards Yi Qing. Boom 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 b. There was a continuous roar, and I saw that this huge tailed beast bomb was directly across the surface of the water, and the aroused impact directly set off a white exercise on the surface of the water. Even on the water surface closest to Four Tails Monkey King, because of the tailed beast bomb, a trench that reaches the ground has appeared. Boom! The roar suddenly sounded, and the blood-colored light on the surface of this tailed beast bomb suddenly flashed, jumped up abruptly, and blasted directly at Yi Qing. Tailed Beast Bomb is the last killer move of all tailed beasts. If they are hit head-on by the Tailed Beast Bomb, few people can survive. Tailed Beast Bomb. Don't you know that all ninjutsu doesn't work for me? Hey, no. Yi Qing's voice had not fallen yet, his eyes changed suddenly. Rumbling. An extremely violent explosion suddenly came from the sky, and the tailed beast bomb suddenly exploded when it was still tens of meters away from Yi Qing. The dazzling blood-red light suddenly exploded from the sky, turning into fiery mushroom clouds and rolling around frantically. Under the scorching heat, almost all the surrounding space showed a sense of distortion, and it crazily rushed in all directions. Looking around, almost half of the sky is enveloped by the flame and impact formed by this tailed beast bomb, almost burning the entire sky. Call. The four-tails monkey on the ground looked at the constantly surging explosion waves in the sky, and finally took a breath, and his eyes also showed a hint of relaxation. It turned out that through the previous Iwagakure ninja attack, Four-Tails Monkey King learned that Yi Qing has the ability to absorb ninjutsu and double the ninjutsu return. Therefore, this tailed beast bomb did not directly blast towards Yi Qing. On the contrary, when there was still a distance of tens of meters from Yi Qing, he directly detonated it with the chakra that remained in the tailed beast bomb. He can absorb ninjutsu, but he cannot absorb the high temperature and impact generated by the explosion of the tailed beast bomb. Faced with an explosion of this magnitude, let alone a ninja, even a hill can be blasted into dross. Boom. 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 4 successive crashes sounded, and I saw the 4 sturdy tails of Four-Tails Monkey King, also spreading to the ground. A series of large-scale ninjutsu and the tailed beast bomb have consumed almost all the chakra in its body. However, fortunately, the enemy has been killed by him. Just as Four-Tails' son Wukong felt the feeling of the rest of his life, a dark crack slowly appeared behind him. Ding dong! Congratulations to player Otsutsuki Yi Qing for defeating one of the 9 big tail beasts, Four-Tails, Monkey King, and gaining 8 million experience points. Ding dong! Congratulations to player Otsutsuki Yi Qing for upgrading. Level 355. Ding dong! Congratulations to the player Otsutsuki Yi Qing for defeating one of the 9 big tail beasts, Four-Tails Monkey King, and earning 800,000 merit points. Ding dong! Congratulations to the player Otsutsuki Yi Qing for defeating one of the 9 big tail beasts, Four-Tails, Monkey King, and earning 1 million taels of gold. Ding dong! Congratulations to the player Otsutsuki Yi Qing for defeating one of the 9 big tail beasts, Four-Tails, Monkey King for the first time. This event will be recorded in the history of Hokage Ninja World, and it will last forever. It is still the border of the land of the earth. The original giant Four-Tails Monkey King has disappeared, replaced by the old Z who fell into a coma. Old Z had black iron rods stuck in his body up and down, and the powerful 6 paths power restricted the chakra in his body, and he couldn't even move. As for Yi Qing, he stood quietly in front of Lao Zi, gasping for breath. I just got the tailed beast bomb from Four-Tails Monkey King, which is the last time Yi Qing has died since he logged into the game. He didn't expect that the tailed beast bomb that Four-Tails Monkey King blasted didn't hit himself and exploded, but exploded halfway through. I want to bomb myself with the high temperature and impact formed after the tailed beast bomb explodes, as well as the power carried by the tailed beast bomb itself. If you just didn't feel the amount of violence contained in the tailed beast bomb, there is a high chance that you will die under this tailed beast bomb. First kill. It's a pity that Four-Tails Monkey's plan is still the same, but he still feels it. At the moment when the tailed beast bomb exploded, Yi Qing opened the space crack in one breath and entered the different space. No matter how powerful the explosion in the sky is, it can't hurt him in a different space. Just when Four-Tails' son Wukong thought he had won and killed Yi Qing appeared from behind him, easily subdued him, and then sealed him. Four-Tails' son Wukong is in hand, the land of the earth is bound to be in chaos. Next, there is only waiting. With Yi Qing's voice, a dark space crack appeared on his side. With a wave of his hand, Lao Zi's body of Four-Tails Jinchuriki, as if being pulled by a transparent silk thread, slowly followed him into the crack of space, without a trace of the news. Just after Yi Qing grabbed Lao Zi and left for more than 10 minutes, a small black dot suddenly appeared in the distant sky, flying in this direction at an extremely fast speed. In a short while, this black spot was already close to the border of the land of Earth, and it slowly fell down. Gray hair, Mediterranean hairstyle, red garlic nose, short stature, wearing a small green windbreaker. This person is 3rd Tsuchikage, Onoki. Looking at the messy border, the mud mixed with the flood has turned into muddy water, surging towards the surroundings. After all, the land of Earth is the Gobi, the temperature is also high, this water area will soon be evaporated. In addition to the flood, there was also a large area where hundreds of blue-black boulders and the ground appeared. It was obviously a place that had been burned by magma and submerged by the flood, which looked very messy. Unfortunately, this situation is the last thing Onoki wants to see. What a powerful chakra breath, it's a pity, it's too late, Lao Zi has been taken away. After all, Onoki is an old fairy who has lived for decades. He has been fighting for a long time, and he can quickly guess the course of the battle for the form on the battlefield. It seemed that the battle between Lao Zi and the enemy was determined within a few minutes. It can be said that Four Tails Monkey King, regarded by their Iwagakure as a war machine, was crushed in just a few minutes and then captured and left. This is not bad news for Iwagakure. Otsutsuki Yi Ching, who are you? Boom 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 boom. Just as Oyemu was puzzled, there was another roar from behind him, and he saw a big man who was more than 2 meters tall, rushing towards this side frantically, at an extremely fast speed. Behind him, in addition to a large amount of rising dust, there is also a large amount of mist that increases his impact and makes him faster. Han, you are here. Onogi doesn't need to look back to know who is coming from behind. I saw this big man who was more than 2 meters tall, dressed in a tan giant Iwagakure ninja costume, with an umbrella on his head, and a brown mask, surrounded by continuous thick white steam. Five Tails Kokuo, another Jinchuriki from Iwagakure. Tsuchikage-sama, how is old brother Z? Nothing happened, right? The sound of urn sound came from the mouth of the Five Tails Jinchuriki Han, with a strong sense of oppression. Among the 9 big-tailed beasts, if ranked according to physical skills, 9 Tails Kurama and 8 Tails Gyuki are powerful, but they are not tail beasts known for their physical skills. The 4 Tails Monkey King and 5 Tails Kokuo are different, because these 2 head beasts are special tail beasts that use their own special chakras and then perform physical attacks. In other words, 4 Tails Monkey King and 5 Tails Kokuo are both body-type tail beasts, extremely powerful. Old Z was taken away. Onoki gave a wry smile and shook his head slowly. What? Who is it, dare to run wild on my Iwagakure and take away Big Brother Z? People in the land of the earth have a bad temper, not to mention the tailed beast Jinchuriki, who is good at physical skills. At the moment, he can't help rushing out to avenge Lao Zi, even almost entering a tail beastization state. You know, once Jinchuriki in a rage enters into a state of tail animalization, it is very dangerous. Master Tsuchikage. Master Han. Master Tsuchikage. Master Han. Master Tsuchikage. Master Han. Several voices sounded, and only a few teams of Iwagakure ninjas arrived at this time, and said respectfully to Onoki Kazuhan. Lao Zi was taken away by a mysterious man. Iwagakure, must keep this matter secret, do you understand? Turning his back to the group of Iwagakure ninjas, Onoki gave a light command. Yes, Master Tsuchikage. Send detective ninjas to other countries, and look up the specific information about this Otsutsuki Yi Ching. And continue to send orders to the wandering ninjas and the one from Rain Shinobi Village. Whether he agrees to this alliance or not, we have to take action. Yes, Master Tsuchikage. Oyemu's small body suddenly rose, looking at the messy ground, but there was a trace of worry in his eyes. This boy, catching tail beasts everywhere, for what? World announcement. World announcement. Player Otsutsuki Yi Ching defeated the 4 Tails Monkey King, one of the 9 big-tailed beasts for the first time, and won a series of rewards. This event will be recorded in the history of Hokage Ninja World, and it will last forever. World announcement. World announcement. Player Otsutsuki Yi Ching defeated one of the 9 big-tailed beasts, 4 Tails Monkey King for the first time. World announcement. World announcement. Player Otsutsuki Yi Ching defeated one of the 9 big-tailed beasts, 4 Tails Monkey King for the first time. The world announcement sounded again in the ears of all players, but players at this time were still immune to such announcements. It's Otsutsuki Yi Ching again, it's the tail beast, and it's the world announcement. In just over a month, there have been nearly 10 world announcements made by Otsutsuki Yi Ching. There are more announcement provinces in the world than all other players combined. Four Tails Monkey King. There are other names like this. Four Tails. Which hidden village has suffered? Yi Ching God tier is not at the same level as me now. Why are those big powers not making a sound at this time? A-level Hokage order, and S-level Wind Shadow order, nobody cares about it now. Who dares to control? Although A-level rewards and S-level rewards are precious, they have to be fate. Otsutsuki Yi Ching alone can suppress all countries and large forces in the world. It's awesome. Big news. Big news. All the members of the Black Dragon Club went offline a few hours ago and have not logged in until now. True news. True news. All members of the Black Dragon Club died a few hours ago. There was news from the real world just now that the Black Dragon City was ruined by Otsutsuki Yi Ching. What? Fake it, it's a huge city. It's true, the real world is crazy now. I don't know how many people are rushing towards Mingsan City. The Black Dragon will be destroyed by Otsutsuki Yi Ching. I don't know what people in other big cities will think. Konoha seems to be making a big move again. The entire village center seems to have been emptied. I don't know what happened. New intelligence. New intelligence. Iwagakure of the land has sent a large number of ninjas to the border of the Land of Fire, and the war is about to start. Numerous rumors came from the World Channel, mostly about the big event that Otsutsuki Yi Ching destroyed the Black Dragon Society. He captured the Four Tails Monkey King, but he was not taken seriously. After all, there are already 4 beasts with heads and tails, and they have fallen into the hands of Yi Ching, and the players in the world are no strangers to it. However, some players set their sights on the actions of Iwagakure, the country of soil. After all, this time is still in the period of the Third Ninja World War, and the war between Fengwo and Huo has just come to an end, and it will not end so quickly. Next, it should be the battle between Konoha, the country of fire, and Iwagakure, the country of soil. Sure enough, when all players logged in the next day, bright blood red fonts and cold mechanical sounds appeared in front of all players' eyes and ears. World announcement. World announcement. The second battle of the Third Ninja War has officially begun. Both sides, Konohagakure, the country of fire, Iwagakure, the country of soil. All players cannot quit after choosing a camp. There will be a large number of battle dungeons in the Vice Admiral War. The dungeon ambush dungeon appears with rich rewards, please participate vigorously. World announcement. World announcement. The second battle of the Third Ninja War officially begins. The two belligerents, Konohagakure, Land of Fire, Iwagakure. World announcement. World announcement. The second battle of the Third Ninja War officially begins. The two belligerents, Konohagakure, Land of Fire, Iwagakure. The announcement of the Third Ninja World War was repeated 3 times in a row, and the players who had just logged in were even more excited, and they rushed towards their respective camps. I finally waited until the second battle, this time I have to kill a lot. Hey, why are Konoha and Iwagakure, Sunagakure's people this time? Ghost knows. Regardless, Konoha will definitely win this battle. Huh. I pray that both Konoha and Iwagakure will not throw the tail beast into the battlefield, otherwise they will attract Otsutsuki Yi Ching. Mom. Could it be that where there is a tail beast, there is a figure of Otsutsuki Yi Ching? My god, I hope there won't be the shadow of the tail beast. Quickly choose the camp, I want to choose Konoha. Sure Konoha. The intelligence of those big forces has long been revealed, Konoha is the strongest. HMPH, Don't look at this Otsutsuki Yi Ching so arrogant now, after the late Konoha people get up, Otsutsuki Yi Ching will definitely die. Yes. The wood style of the Senju clan, the Sharingan of the Uchiha clan, and the Byakugan of the Hyuga clan. Konohagakure is deeply hidden. Don't talk about them, just say that the 3 ninjas who have the name Konoha Sanin are only Orochimaru alone. After the other 2 are born, they will surely calm the entire ninja world. And Hanzo of the Salamander, the leader of Rain Shinobi village who gave Konoha Sanin the name, must be very strong, but he died. Yes, it's a pity, the strongest to endure Hanzo of the Salamander actually died. Rain Shinobi village has also become a small village. Regarding the war between Turkey and Fire, it immediately became the subject of a round of players in the world. The matter of Yi Qing's capture of the tail beast would only occasionally appear, drowning in heated discussions. At the same time, in the hinterland of Konoha, a group of secretive people finally came to Hokage's office. At this time, Konoha's leader, 3rd Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen, also waited a long time. I didn't expect that the envoy of Sunagakure who came to Konoha this time was actually Lord 4th Kazekage who came here. With the voice of Sarutobi Hiruzen, a figure headed by this group of people later lifted off the windbreaker hat on his head, revealing his true face. Short brown hair, rough skin and sunken eye sockets undoubtedly indicate one thing. The middle-aged man standing in front of Sarutobi Hiruzen is the Sunagakure leader, 4th Kazekage, Luo Sha, who just ended a battle with Konoha. Ha 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 ha, 3rd Hokage, you haven't abdicated yet. I don't know how long you can sit in this Hokage seat. With the words of the two shadows, the surrounding environment immediately changed, and the air became tense. Okay, I'll get back. Finally, Sarutobi Hiruzen sighed and waved casually. The Jonin guarding Hokage's office, after seeing Sarutobi Hiruzen's movements, all agreed and retired. At this time, Konohagakure left because of Jiraiya Tsunade of Sanin No. 2 and Hitaki Sakumo gave up the mission to rescue his companions, which led to his suicide. In this world, tens of billions of players have landed in the Hokage ninja world due to the intervention of Tiandao online games, which has caused the number of ninjas in various hidden villages to increase sharply. However, these tens of thousands of indigenous ninjas are all ordinary Jonin, and there are almost no elite Jonin who can reach the strength of Hitaki Sakumo and later Hitaki Kakashi. At this moment, the elite ninjas who can guard Sarutobi Hiruzen are all the elite ninjas of Konoha Anbu and the elite members of the major families in Konohagakure. Among these people, Namikaze Minato, who was born as a civilian, is the strongest and the most prestigious. Only in this way can Konoha's strength be reflected and take the lead in the negotiation. Rosa, I don't know what your purpose is for you to come to Konoha in person this time. Sarutobi Hiruzen picked up his pipe, took a deep breath, and asked at random. I, Sunagakure, want to form an alliance with you Konoha, how about? Luo Sha himself is also an ambitious master, without any nonsense, directly named her purpose of coming this time. Among the 5 hidden villages, Sunagakure had the hardest life. Not to mention the poverty of his own country, but because of Sunagakure's defeat, Daming handed over some domestic affairs to Konohagakure, which made Sunagakure's funds continue to shrink. As 4th Kazekage, Luo Sha will actually use his own gold dust secretary and magnet-style blood inheritance boundary to collect dust in the desert for the expenses of the village because of this. However, even if Sunagakure's situation reached such a point, Luo Sha did not forget to attack Konoha or other shinobu villages for profit. Even more than 10 years after the original plot, he also united with Orochimaru, one of Konoha Sanin, with the intention of implementing Konoha collapse during the Chunin examination meeting. It is a pity that the full of ambition died under the joint efforts of Orochimaru and Kagaya Kimimaro. Oh. The alliance shouldn't be a peace. After all, your Sunagakure was wiped out in this war, but Konoha, I won. Ha 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 ha, my lord Hokage, is it still useful to say that now? Before Sarutobi Hiruzen finished speaking, Luo Sha chuckled lightly, interrupting Sarutobi Hiruzen's words, and said faintly. The Battle of Kikyo Mountain, Sunagakure, I did lose. However, when the whole army was wiped out, it seems that neither you nor me took any advantage. Because of the appearance of that boy, there was no winning or losing in the Battle of Kikyo Mountain. With Luo Sha's voice, Sarutobi Hiruzen's eyes also changed. When major hidden villages formed alliances or sought peace, they would often exaggerate their own record in order to achieve the goal of overwhelming each other. However, Luo Sha Jian went slant forward and directly stated the outcome of the battle between Sand Shinobi and Konoha, which made Sarutobi Hiruzen a little unfamiliar for a while. So, this time, I, Sand Shinobi, have a very sincere heart to ally with Konoha. I even siege the boy together. You Sand Shinobi's one-tail Shuhei, really was arrested by that boy. Sarutobi Hiruzen did not answer Luo Sha's alliance, but instead asked about the tail beast. Hearing what Sarutobi Hiruzen said, Luo Sha slowly leaned on the sofa and said faintly. Yes. Not only I, Sand Shinobi's one-tail Morizuru, but I even have information that even three-tails Isojo from Kurigakure, Water Country, fell into his hands. What? Three-tails Azola. This time, Sarutobi Hiruzen finally couldn't calm down, and asked in surprise. One-tail Shuhei, three-tails C, seven-tails Chome. A total of three-headed beasts fell into his hands. No matter what this young man has, it is not good news for me. That's a tail beast. If all these tail beasts are gathered together by the young man, it is a huge power that can destroy the entire ninja world. The more Luo Sha talked, the more excited she got, and both fists even smashed on Sarutobi Hiruzen's desk, and said eagerly. Now, the other hidden villages haven't felt the threat of that boy, he will definitely continue to collect other tail beasts in the next battle. Even, your 9 tails of Konoha. What, 9 tails? Sarutobi Hiruzen hasn't spoken yet. Namikaze Minato, who has been guarding his back, finally couldn't help it, and said condensedly. You know, Konoha's 9 tails Jinchuriki is Uzumaki Kushina and Namikaze Minato's partner. There is even a little ambiguity between the two of them, and they are changing into a lover relationship. If the target of the boy named Otsutsuki Yi Ching is the 9 big-tailed beasts, Kushina will be found sooner or later. This kind of thing must be killed in the bud. Master Hokage. Namikaze Minato's face changed, and he said in a deep voice. That boy is indeed dangerous, and the 9 big-tailed beasts must not be concentrated on one person. I see. After hearing Namikaze Minato's words, Sarutobi Hiruzen nodded slowly, but his randomly cloudy eyes flashed with a light, and he said. Rosa, Konoha and Sand Shinobi can form an alliance, but what are your plans for this boy? After getting the exact news from Sarutobi Hiruzen, Luosha's eyes also lit up and said directly. It's very simple. Iwagakure, the country of soil, is approaching the border of your country of fire. After Sand Shinobi and you Konoha form an alliance, you can attack Iwagakure vigorously and force it to release 4 tails Jinchuriki or 5 tails Jinchuriki. At that time, my Sand Shinobi elite ninja will be ambushing on the outside of the battlefield. As long as 4 tails Jinchuriki or 5 tails Jinchuriki appears, I will rush in and kill the boy completely. Bump. Before Luo Sha's words fell, he saw the door of Hokage's office banged open, and a group of people walked in slowly. The leader, the official leader of the Anbu Root organization, Shimura Danzo. Behind him are the 2 elders Mitokado Homura and Udatane Kaharu. After the boy died, Konoha, I need 7 tails Chome. And, the boy's corpse. Make a deal. When the world announcement came to the ears of all players, Yi Ching, who was far away in a hidden place, also knew the news. However, he has more important things to do now. By Yi Ching's side, 4 tails Jinchuriki Lao Zi was slowly floating in the air, and a large amount of scarlet chakra continuously poured out of his body and was absorbed by Rinnegan on Yi Ching's right hand. As his strength increased, the speed of absorbing the tail beast became faster and faster. Up to now, a total of 4 tail beasts have been absorbed by him, 1 tail Shuhei, 3 tails, 4 tails, Monkey King and 7 tails Chome. In addition, there are Matabi 5 tails Kokuo 6 tails Seiken 8 tails Gyuki and 9 tails Kurama left in several other villages. These head and tail beasts either have their own village guards, or they have strong powers themselves, but they are not as easy to catch as the other tail beasts. The Third Ninja War. Rock Shinobi Konohagakure, the battle between the 2 hidden villages. The Battle of the Shinobi Bridge. And Uchiha Madara. Yi Ching's eyes flashed abruptly, and his purpose at this time had been completely placed on Uchiha Madara, who was hidden under the Shinwu Bridge. There is not only the body of 10 tails Jinchuriki, but also the secrets hidden by the Senju clan and Uchiha clan. In the original plot, Senju Hashirama and Uchiha Madara fought a battle in the Valley of End, and eventually lost to Senju Hashirama and was killed. However, before he died, he used Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan's power to change reality and survived. And, using Senju Hashirama's cells to turn on Rinnegan before dying. Not only did summoning produce the Gedo statue, but it also produced a large number of white Zetsu created by the opening of infinite Tsukuyomi in the previous life. As the 2 descendants handed down from Sage of 6 Paths, Rinnegan's special blood inheritance boundary will appear after the blood connection, which has always been the secret Yi Ching wanted to explore. Moreover, in addition to the Senju clan and Uchiha clan, the family bloodline left over by Sage of Six Paths is the Kurigakure Toru Yoruichi clan of the Uzumaki Kingdom. Even the Golden Horn and Silver Horn of Cloud Shinobi Village in Thunder Country are said to belong to the descendants of Sage of Six Paths. If the blood of these families are merged together, what effect will it have, or what blood? Thinking of this, Yi Qing felt very excited. Next, it's the Battle of Shinwubi Bridge. Feeling less and less chakra in the Four Tails Monkey King, Yi Qing's eyes slowly closed. Kill. Kill kill kill. Kill Konoha. In the dense forest, countless players wearing brown or green ninja costumes are separating two camps and fighting hard. Countless ninjutsu bombarded each other, almost destroying this forest into ruins. Almost every moment and every second, countless players turned into white light and disappeared without a trace. In addition, on both sides of the player camp, there are a large number of native ninjas of Rock Shinobi Konoha. They also use their respective advantages to launch a fierce duel. Different from the player camp, these native ninjas did not use how powerful ninjutsu, but used the ninja in their hands and the speed of their physical skills to fight against each other. The killing of these ninjas is not as gorgeous as performing ninjutsu, but they are very dangerous. A simple shuriken or even 1,000 books can tell the other party to kill. Wood-style wooden chinban technique. Amidst the chaotic battlefield, there was a cold shout suddenly, and Senju Luo Tien jumped and waved his hand, and dozens of very sharp wooden chinban appeared out of thin air with a lightning flash. Speed shot towards the ground. There is a densely packed camp of Iwagakure players. Puff, puff, puff puff. Dozens of air-piercing sounds suddenly sounded. I saw that these dozens of wooden chinban shot into Iwagakure's player group almost instantly, and directly penetrated the bodies of a dozen players and turned them into pieces of white light dissipated. It's Senju Luotian. Senju Luo Tien actually participated in this battle. Quick retreat. Quick retreat. The intelligence reports that Senju Luo Tien has obtained the true biography of first Hokage Senju Hashirama, and he will use wood-style ninjutsu. Senju Luo Tien is here. He is the player who killed the indigenous Chunin alone. Quickly withdraw. Quickly withdraw. Now maybe only Otsutsuki Yi Qing can kill Senju Luo Tien. So strong. Right now, the strongest among our players may be these two. Dozens of exclamation sounds came from the surrounding player group, and many Iwagakure players kept backing away. But there are also many Iwagakure players who are not afraid of death, rushing towards Senju Luo Tien, intending to kill him. It's a pity that they were waiting for them with more than a dozen strong canes, rushing towards them at a very fast speed, and easily tied him tightly, unable to move. Die. Senju Luo Tien just gently stretched out his right hand and grabbed it, and the cane jerked violently and shattered these players. Blood was scattered all over, debris and corpses were all over the ground, and the entire battlefield became bloody again. Huh. A bunch of trash. Senju Luo Uranus, these overweight players, said lightly. Randomly, another trace of killing intent appeared in his eyes, and he twisted and rushed forward. Huh. Otsutsuki Yi Qing, in order to kill you, I did not hesitate to become the test subject of Lord Orochimaru. Fortunately, the test was successful in my body. I have inherited the wood style of first Hokage Senju Hashirama. This is the limit of wood style's blood succession. According to the information of Arteon Luodinit, the strongest bloodline in the Hokage ninja world is first Hokage Senju Hashirama's wood style. Unfortunately, my wood style is only the first awakening, and it is far from the legendary first Hokage Senju Hashirama. However, as long as there is wood style, I can kill you sooner or later. Otsutsuki Yi Qing. Because I not only awakened wood style through experiments, but even became a disciple of Orochimaru. Ha 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 ha. Otsutsuki Yi Qing, your life will be mine sooner or later. Kill. Fire style Great Fireball Technique. Fire style Phoenix Fire Technique. In the chaotic battlefield, countless ninjutsu constantly appeared, blasting towards the enemy. In an instant, flames, thunder, lightning and boulders raged everywhere in the entire forest, shouting to kill the sky, and countless players died at every moment. And on the most fierce enemy, a person wearing a Konoha shinobi costume with a clan emblem engraved with a fan-shaped upper red and lower blue circle logo, under the protection of a dozen indigenous ninjas, slaughtered these Iwagakure players. Uchiha Chingchung. The role of Wushuang City in the online game Hokage Ninja World. As one of the 10 Uchiha players, he almost exhausted the resources of the Wushuangwei and became the best descendant of the Uchiha clan. Not only awakened Sharingan, but also promoted Sharingan to a 3-go Jade, and his strength has changed drastically. If not, how could the Uchiha clan send more than a dozen indigenous Uchiha ninjas to protect his safety during this war? However, all the players just saw the scenery of him as an excellent disciple of the Uchiha clan, and his travels were protected by members of the Yu Chiba clan, and he also had a lot of ninjutsu for him to learn. However, what they don't know is what kind of pain Uchiha Chingchung experienced in order to awaken this 3-tomo Sharingan. Kill. A strong killing intent spurted out, and I saw that Uchiha Chingchung, despite the persuasion of the guarding ninjas around him, rushed into the Iwagakure group of players and launched another round of killing. In this battle, Konoha's basic strength and player strength far surpassed Iwagakure. If nothing else, the winner of this battle will still be Konohagakure. And when the war broke out in this dense forest, in a hidden place 11 kilometers away, several figures were gathered together to discuss something. Among them, there was a handsome young man with long golden hair, who was closing his eyes and listening to something quietly with the help of a tolerant like a helmet. Relying on chakra and the principle of communication, this kind of ninja can transmit news hundreds of kilometers away in an instant. Except for the handsome young guys surrounded by the crowd, the few people around are a team headed by Namikaze Minato and a team of ninjas headed by Uchiha Fugaku. Of course, there are only 3 people under Namikaze Minato. They are the future 6th Hokage Hitaki 55, Uchiha Obito, one of the people who set off the 4th Ninja War, and Lin Nohara, who has an extremely deep bond with these 2 people. As for Uchiha Fugaku's men, there are more than 30 people. After all, as the patriarch of the Uchiha clan, Konoha's largest clan, the number and quality of ninjas in the clan are better than Namikaze Minato, who was born as a commoner. After more than 10 minutes, Uchiha Fugaku, who had been staring at the battlefield of the 2 countries, asked, "Hi-yi, what news is coming from Master Hokage?" Uchiha Fugaku became the young man of Hyaiki, and he was officially the father of Yamanaka Ino, one of the 12 Konoha Shaokyang in the future, Yamanaka Hyaiki. After hearing Uchiha Fugaku's question, Yamanaka Hichi helped the ninja on his head and said, detecting ninjas around did not find that Iwagakure had the intention of using the tail beast Jinchuriki, and within a radius of 30 kilometers, there was no trace of the white pupil boy. Didn't you find it? Uchiha Fugaku was lost in thought. In fact, they already knew the purpose of this battle with Iwagakure. Use Iwagakure's 2 big-tailed beasts as bait to attract the white-eyed boy to this place, and then concentrate the ninja power of Konoha Sand Shinobi and even Rock Shinobi to besee the boy together. Unfortunately, until now, no trace of that white pupil appeared. Master Hokage has news. Suddenly, Yamanaka screamed at this time, attracting the attention of both Uchiha Fugaku and Namikaze Minato. Hokage-sama ordered, Namikaze Minato led the team to sneak attack on the bridge of God Wubi, cut off this section of Iwagakure's supply line, increase the pressure on the front line, and force Iwagakure to use the tail beast Jinchuriki. Following Yamanaka's words, the faces of several people around immediately became serious. After hearing that Lord Hokage wanted to cut off the Iwagakure supply line by himself at the Shinbashi Bridge, Namikaze Minato nodded secretly and said, "Yes, I understand. Also, Master Uchiha Fugaku, Master Hokage hopes that you will lead the elite ninjas of the Uchiha clan to sneak into the rear camp of Iwagakure and assassinate Iwagakure's frontline commander." Understood. Uchiha Fugaku's answer was even simpler. After receiving the order, he led the elite of the clan without looking back, nodded to Namikaze Minato, and rushed in the direction of the Iwagakure camp. As the head of the Uchiha clan, Konoha's largest family, he is responsible for revitalizing the Uchiha clan. It is a pity that the conflicts between the village and the clan are difficult to mediate, and Shimura Danzo is in the dark, making the relationship between the 2 parties even sharper. If it were not for the purpose of this war to elicit the Otsutsuki Yi Ching, the Uchiha clan, they would not leave the village easily and fight abroad. Let's go too. After Uchiha Fugaku left, Namikaze Minato also turned around and said to his men, At this time, Hitaki Kakashi and Uchiha Obito, as well as Lin III, are only 11 or 12 years old, but they are already the elite of Konoha Genin. Especially Hitaki Kakashi, although young, but the strength is already Jonin, strength and glory standing proudly above all his peers. Teacher, what is our task this time? Before the team moved, Obito couldn't wait to ask. This was the first time he went out on a mission, so he was very excited. Had it not been for his uncle Uchiha Fugaku here, according to his personality, he would have jumped up a long time ago. Talk as you walk. Namikaze Minato gave a light command, and then the four of them jumped up to the surrounding trees and rushed towards the direction of the Shinwubi Bridge. Our mission this time is very simple. It is to destroy the Shinwu Bridge, cut off the supply line of Iwagakure in that direction, and increase the pressure on their front line. Hey, Teacher Minato, who is Otsutsuki Yi Ching in your mouth, is it a very powerful guy? Obito still said excitedly, as if there were words that could never be asked. Glitter, Obito, why are you so stupid? No matter how powerful this Otsutsuki Yi Ching is, can he still power the country, Teacher Minato? Lin Yaoyuan chuckled and said, the 11 or 12-year-old girl, who was at the age of Waichun, was difficult to resist the charm of such a handsome brother as Namikaze Minato. Therefore, Minato's image is very tall in Nohara Lin's heart. Otsutsuki Yi Ching, that boy. In the dense jungle, Namikaze Minato and a group of disciples are constantly marching, amazed by the flocks of birds. Otsutsuki Yi Ching, that boy, but a very dangerous person. Listening to Obito's question, Namikaze Minato thought that he might encounter Yi Ching next, so he told several disciples the news of Otsutsuki Yi Ching in detail. He used to be outside my Konoha village and wounded Master Hyuga Hazashi, and several colleagues were killed. What? People who dare to kill me Konoha, this Otsutsuki Yi Ching is really fool. As soon as Namikaze Minato's voice fell, Uchiha Obito, who had a passion for blood, immediately cursed. Not only him, but even Hitaki Kakashi Rinpoche who is next to him is not pretty. As a few people who grew up in Konoha's peaceful environment, they have a strong sense of identification with Konoha. Moreover, Obito's wish is to become Hokage and protect the village. And now, there is someone who dared to kill Konoha's ninja outside Konoha village. For Obito, it is absolutely unbearable. Teacher, where is this Otsutsuki Yi Ching now? Are we going to hunt him this time? Obito continued to ask persistently, obviously interested in the identity of Otsutsuki Yi Ching. He does not know. Namikaze Minato cried and laughed and said. After he left me, Konoha, he destroyed the two villages of Shingyan Village and Takian Village. Not only that, but he also captured Seven Tails Chome, a tail beast from Takian Village, and One Tail Shuhei, a tail beast from Sunagakure. Namikaze Minato said, but found that the three children all had a puzzled expression, and then slowly shook his head and said. You are still young, and some secrets are not accessible to you. You only need to treat something like a tail beast as an extremely dangerous weapon. Hey, teacher, what do you mean? This man named Otsutsuki Yi Ching not only killed my Konoha, but also destroyed the other two villages and robbed them of their most powerful weapons, right? Obito pushed the swimming goggles on his forehead and spoke. Good. Namikaze Minato nodded, looked at the distance ahead, and continued to exhort. The fundamental purpose of our action is to drive Iwagakure to a desperate situation, to force them to release the tail beast Jinchuriki, and then to attract the boy, and then find a way to besiege him. So, you must be careful. Yes, I see, Mrs. Minato. This task, with you and me, will be completed perfectly. This time, Hitaki Kakashi, who had been silent, said, dazzling Nohara Lin's eyes. Yes, sir, Kakashi has become Jonin. With you and Kakashi, you will definitely be able to complete this task. Rin Nohara ran, putting her little hand on her chest, staring sheepishly at Kakashi's stern face. She was ignored by Kakashi, but she provokes Obito, who has always been in love with Rin Nohara. He immediately shouted at Kakashi. Kakashi, what do you mean? Where do you put Lin and me? You know, Lin and I are your companions. Huh. You, the tail of the crane, don't deserve to be called a companion. Kakashi, what did you say? I want to fight you. Kakashi's ridicule angered Obito even more, and he was vying to be absolute with Kakashi. Fortunately, Namikaze Minato and Nohara Lin stopped him. Boom. Boom. Several people were still arguing, but not far in front of them. There was a roaring sound suddenly. Dozens of dark shadows rushed out of the forest fiercely, fighting hard together. Hidden. Namikaze Minato immediately pulled Obito and Nohara Lin, and pressed them both under her body. And Kakashi, without Namikaze Minato's reminder, hid at the moment the opponent appeared. It's Iwagakure's ninja and our Konoha people. Obito exclaimed. It turned out that dozens of people appeared in front of them, all of whom were ninjas of Iwagakure. They were chasing down two ninjas of Konoha, very fast. Okay. Don't play anymore. When you arrive at the border, Kakashi will lead the team. The three of you will go to the Kamimubi bridge and blow up the bridge. Teacher, what about you? As soon as Namikaze Minato finished speaking, Lin Nohara next to her said quickly. I'm going to the front line to help. Iwagakure's chasing soldiers have appeared in this place. It is conceivable that the pressure on the front line will be even greater. Namikaze Minato commanded coldly, and took out a special kunai from the ninja bag, and said in a condensed voice. Wait for the task of destroying the Shinsabi bridge. Obito and Lin must obey Kakashi's orders and don't play tricks. Why? Obito was still uncomfortable and asked, twisting his neck. Because Kakashi has the task of completing dozens of C-level and even B-level experience. Among the three of you, he is the most suitable candidate to be the captain. Namikaze Minato's tone was very serious at this time, and his eyes became very serious. But, teacher. No, it's nothing. This can be a matter of life and death for you, don't be self-willed. Before Obito could speak, he was interrupted by Namikaze Minato, with a serious tone. Kakashi, leave it to you. Is teacher. Huh. As soon as Kakashi's voice fell, Namikaze Minato's figure flashed and disappeared. At the same time, there was a scream from the Iwagakure chasing team. A Sunagakure chaser was directly solved by Namikaze Minato. Let's go. In the hiding place, Kakashi also slowed down at this time, and gave a light command. Humph. Obito snorted coldly, but was immediately caught by Lin, and whispered. Obito, don't be self-willed, this is a task assigned by the teacher himself. Also, haven't you been talking about the goal of becoming Hokage? On the battlefield, you are the fastest way to become Jonin and even Hokage. Yes. Obito's eyes lit up when Lin said that. The reason why Namikaze Minato is so respected by the villagers, and even a strong candidate for the next Hokage competition, is entirely because Namikaze Minato's Yellow Flash name was shot from the battlefield with real swords. Humph. I'll listen to you once this time. Obito Tsunere snorted, and then followed Kakashi behind and hurried towards the direction of Shinmukyo Bridge. Just when all the ninja players were immersed in the crazy killing of the two countries, a dark crack suddenly appeared out of thin air in the midair far beyond the battlefield. After a while, a young man in white clothes with white pupils and double horns walked out slowly. The battlefield of the two countries, the bridge of the gods and the boundless. Kill. Ha 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 ha. Iwagakure players are all rubbish. Ha 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 ha. Wood-style cutting technique. Puff. Puff 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 puff. Kill. Kill Senju Luo Tien. Fire-style great fireball technique. Boom. Boom 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 boom. In the chaotic battlefield, shouts of killing and explosions of ninjutsu continued to come, making this battlefield with a radius of tens of miles almost formed a purgatory on Earth. Countless players died this time, leaving corpses and debris all over the floor. However, in this battle, some players have grown wildly in strength and influence, crushing other players. All over the world. Wushuang City. Dragon City. These three large forces had already received a lot of information before they landed, knowing that Konohagakure, the country of fire, is likely to be the enemy of the birth of the future son of the world. Therefore, the three major forces of them have taken over Konoha's status as the landing members of the major families early. Senju Uchiha Hyuga, the landing players of these three families, almost half of them are the three families. The other half is also concentrated in the hands of several large forces in the Washi Moon Shadow Presbyterian Church in Mingsan City. As for other small and medium-sized landing players such as the Yamanaka clan, the Nara clan and the Inazuka clan, they are also under their control. It can be said that the landing players of Konoha's major ninja families are all people belonging to these large forces. The other 4 ninja villages indicated that the blood succession boundary families were also monopolized by other large forces. As for ordinary people, they can only become cannon fodder in the Hokage ninja world. At this time and here, just the 3 of Senju Luotian, Uchiha Chingcheng, and Hyuga Longtian, the ordinary players who died in their hands, no more than 10,000. Not to mention the players in their organization, they are hacking Iwagakure's players as if they were vegetables. It's a pity to choose the large forces of the Iwagakure Turkish clan. Facing the siege of these 3 forces, they can only defend themselves without any counterattack strength. Special. How come Konoha's players are so strong that they can't be beaten at all? The Senju clan, the Uchiha clan, the Hyuga clan. Even if the players of these 3 families are not awakened, they are several times better than ordinary players. How should I play this game? I'll go to a big family of Konoha in the future. The people of the 2 people can't stop it, the front can't stop it. Retreat. Retreat quickly. It seems that there are reinforcements from native ninjas coming. How come we Iwagakure don't have a tail beast? If you release a tail beast, everyone in Konoha can be wiped out. Tailed beast. Iwagakure should have it, or it wouldn't be one of the 5 hidden villages. Countless exclamations and discussions came from the player camp of Iwagakure, but no matter how much they curse and talk, they can't change the fact that they can't beat Konohagakure. Their failure is only a matter of time. Look, who is that man in the sky? Otsutsuki Yi Ching. That person seems to be Otsutsuki Yi Ching. What's so special? It really seems to be Otsutsuki Yi Ching. Why did he come here? It's been so long since the war between Turkey and Fire, why did he appear at this time? The ghost knows what he has done during this time, but what did he come here for? Which camp is he from? Rock Shinobi. Konoha. Suddenly, the players who were fighting subconsciously raised their heads, only to find a figure floating in the sky not far away, and they immediately yelled in fright. And this burst of exclamation also attracted the attention of Senju Luotian and Uchiha Chingcheng Hyuga Longtian. It really is Otsutsuki Yi Ching. He actually rushed to the battlefield at this time. Good opportunity. Taking advantage of Konoha on the battlefield, with the help of the strength of the native ninja, kill him. Kill. Following Senju Luotian's order, players from the 3 major forces, including Tianluo Dawang Wushuang City Dragon City, all rushed towards Otsutsuki Yi Ching. Over time, the strength of the players in the game has been improved to varying degrees. The increase in strength also aroused their intent to kill Yi Ching hidden in their hearts. Four Tails Monkey King's chakra has finally been absorbed. In the midair, Yi Ching's figure was slowly rushing towards the direction of Shenwubai Bridge. As a special place, Shenwubai Bridge is also a hidden place. When this story is not open, there is no trace of Uchiha Madara and 10 Tails' shells. No way, he can only absorb chakra, the tail beast, while waiting for the start of the war between the fire and the land. Finally, the battle between the land and fire began, and the plot of the Battle of Shenwubai Bridge was also promoted, which became the purpose of his appearance. Uchiha Madara. Just as he was still some distance away from the Shenwubai Bridge, suddenly there were bursts of screams on the ground. Kill. Kill Otsutsuki Yi Ching. Ha 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 ha. Kill. There is only one person in Otsutsuki Yi Ching, we must be able to kill him. Kill. Konoha has so many native ninjas around, so would I still be afraid of him? Fire style Great Fireball Technique. Water style Water Dragon Bomb Technique. Fire style Dragon Fire Technique. Boom 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 boom. Whirring whirring. Hundreds and even thousands of tens of thousands of shouts rang out, but saw fierce courage on the ground, countless flames, violent winds and even extremely fast thunder and lightning, frantically rushing towards Yi Ching. With the passage of time, and the advance of the Third Ninja World War, the overall strength of the player has been greatly improved. The level of most players not only broke through 200, but the ninjutsu they learned was mostly replaced by C level. Even, some players who joined the family with special blood succession limits learned B-level ninjutsu and awakened the blood succession limitation, and their strength greatly increased. And these have become the confidence and capital for these large forces to continue to beat Yi Ching. After all, until now, Konohagakure's Class A Hokage Order and Sunagakure's Class S Wind Shadow Order are still in effect. As long as you can kill Otsutsuki Yi Ching once, you can get A-level rewards and even S-level rewards. Countless players are eager for this. Boom. With a loud explosion, countless flames mixed with thunder and wind, clouds, rushed towards Yi Qing, and even a burst of thunderstorms sounded in the air, with great prestige. Among the excited and enthusiastic eyes of all the players, Otsutsuki Yi Qing, who was previously regarded as a god by them, was directly swallowed by this ninjutsu cloud. No scum left. Ha 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 ha, Otsutsuki Yi Qing was killed by us. Ha 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 ha. So many of us shot together, even Otsutsuki Yi Qing can't resist it. Huh. For sure, even if he can absorb ninjutsu, there must be a limit, otherwise we will still play this game. No matter how powerful Otsutsuki Yi Qing is, he can't absorb so much ninjutsu. Huh. No matter what his status, we have millions of people, and we will definitely be able to kill Otsutsuki Yi Qing. Hurry up and see who killed Otsutsuki Yi Qing. Who is it? Killing Otsutsuki Yi Qing, there are Konoha's A-level rewards and Sunagaku's S-level rewards. Not me. It's not me either. Which one is the guy who got lucky? Boom 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 boom. The roar in the sky is still coming, but the players of the three major forces on the ground have begun to discuss who killed Otsutsuki Yi Qing. You know, this is millions of players attacking one person at the same time, and most of them are using D-level C-level ninjutsu, which is powerful enough to submerge a mountain range. No matter how powerful Otsutsuki Yi Qing is, he is just a player. Can it be compared with so many players? Buzz. Buzzing. Just as the players of the three major forces were dreaming of getting Konoha's A-level rewards and Sunagaku's S-level rewards after killing Otsutsuki Yi Qing, there were waves of weird waves in the sky. What happened? Look at the sky. What is that? A big marshmallow. Under the exclamation of countless players, the flames, wind and thunder and lightning that originally filled the sky suddenly surged in a certain direction. Like the wind surging, like the long whale sucking water. A weird scene as if the end of the day appeared in the sky, turning into red and bright white ninjutsu clouds, stirring frantically, almost turning the entire sky into a turbulent ocean. At a glance, red, blue, and black colorful lights flashed in the sky continuously, and the underground players who were taking care of them were all embarrassed, and even some players were frightened and kept backing away. Finally, after that huge, cotton candy, a figure slowly floated out. White eyes and white pupils. Otsutsuki Yi Qing. He saw his right hand with 5 fingers into the grasping to the sky, the countless D-level C-level and even B-level ninjutsu displayed by the three major forces on the ground were all caught to the sky by him. Buzzing. The violent buzzing reputation kept coming, and the countless ninjutsu that had almost filled the entire sky was actually swallowed by Rinnegan on Yi Qing's right hand in just a few seconds. Having absorbed the chakra of 1 tail Shuhei 3 tails 4 tails Monkey King 7 tails Chomei, Yi Qing now has more than 4 million chakras, and his strength has doubled. Absorbing these is just the low-level ninjutsu displayed by the players, and there is no difficulty at all. After the ninjutsu, which had almost filled the entire sky, absorbed Yi Qing's right hand slowly, but his left hand slowly opened. A weird wave of sound came again, and a black light gushing out from the front of Yi Qing's left hand, facing the storm, it instantly turned into a huge black chakra sphere with a diameter of several thousand meters, and it suddenly appeared in the sky. Gao Huang Chan Ling Zun. Yi Qing, as a family of Otsutsuki, has the special ability of left-handed Rinnegan. After increasing the chakra absorbed by the right-handed Rinnegan, he doubles the counterattack back. This ability allows Yi Qing to absorb it when facing any ninjutsu. In other words, any ninjutsu has no effect on Yi Qing. What a big ball. Why can't this Otsutsuki Yi Qing die? What to do? We are not opponents at all. What happened? Didn't Otsutsuki Yi Qing just be swallowed by those ninjutsu? We can't kill him at all. Ninjutsu won't do anything to him. Quickly withdraw. Punch me. Ninjutsu doesn't matter. Just use physical ninja for lousy, and you must kill him. Kill Otsutsuki Yi Qing, the reward is 10 million. Kill. Countless roars and shouts of killing sounded again, and some players were frightened by Yi Qing's strength. But there is another group of people, but under the intimidation and encouragement of the leading player, they still launched a charge against Otsutsuki Yi Qing. Looking at these millions of desperate players, Yi Qing just shook his head gently, sighed inwardly, and said, I just want to go to Shenwubi Bridge, why should I block my way? As soon as the voice fell, he saw him gently wave his left hand, and the black chakra sphere that had swelled to its limit slowly fell towards the ground. Boom. Boom. Boom 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 boom. A series of fierce, almost trembling roars suddenly sounded, and a huge mushroom cloud suddenly rose up on the entire battlefield, almost ascending to the entire sky. When I look into it, there is a dazzling fiery red light in front of me, almost occupying the main area. The roar continued, and the flames rolled. The huge waves soaring to the sky rushed directly in all directions, and the forests tens of miles around were razed to the ground, and no one could escape. You killed the player I'm not an old dream, and gained 1 kill point. You killed the player Dragon City Beidou, and gained 1 kill point. You killed the player. You killed the player, Wu Shuang Meng Yi, and gained 1 killing point. You killed the player. Ding dong, congratulations to the player Otsutsuki. Yi Qing has killed 10 million players in total, and completed the hidden killing mission, 10,000s of people's kill, and received a special title, Shang Zongshang. LV Max. Special title, wearable. Explanation 1. Killing a person is a crime, but Tuan is a male. After slaughtering 9 million, he is a male. Note 2. This appellation is an upgradable appellation, and the upgrade method needs to be explored by the player. Ding dong, congratulations to the player Otsutsuki. Yi Qing has killed 10 million players in total, and completed the hidden killing mission, 10,000s kill. The special title is Shang Zongshang's advanced position. Special title, Killing God. Ding dong, congratulations to the player Otsutsuki. Yi Qing has killed 10 million players in total, and completed the hidden killing mission, 10,000s kill. The special title is Shang Zongshang's advanced position. Special title, Killing God. Ding dong, congratulations to the player Otsutsuki. Yi Qing has killed 10 million players in total, and completed the hidden killing mission, 10,000s kill, earning 1 million merit points. Killing God, LV1, special title, wearable. Explanation 1. Killing a person is a crime, but Tuan is a male. After slaughtering 9 million, he is a male. Whoever kills all the world will kill the gods. Note 2. This appellation is an upgradable appellation, and the upgrade method needs to be explored by the player. Efficacy. All ninjutsu power is increased by 100% when wearing the back to the player, and the drop rate of all worn equipment and private spaces of the killed player is increased by 100%. Kill God. What an arrogant title this is. The title will only be obtained after killing 10 million players. With this title, it proves that from the beginning of the game until now, there are at least 10 million players who have died in the hands of Yi Qing. This doesn't even count the Japanese people in the city when he destroyed the Black Dragon City in the real world, and the more than 3 million Black Dragon elites who followed after him. If you count those numbers, there are hundreds of millions of players who died in his hands. After cleaning up the players here, Yi Qing wanted to leave here. After all, it is only the players of the two countries who are fighting here. After killing, you can only get the killing value to exchange for some battlefield equipment and medicine items, which is of no use to Yi Qing. Only by killing native NPCs or ninja monsters can you get some useful rewards. Just as he was about to leave, Byakugan, who had been watching the battlefield, suddenly lit up and looked towards a corner below. It was a deep pit like a mountain col, surrounded by black rocks and white ground after the flames burned. However, in this mountain col, there is an oval wooden shield, as if it was placed here specially to protect something. This ninjutsu is like a wooden shield formed by wood-style wood ingot wall, can it be said. When the words were closed, Yi Qing directly waved his hand, a lunar calendar rushed out, directly grabbed the wooden shield, and crashed into pieces. Under the shield, Senju Luo Tian lay half on the ground, panting wildly, his eyes full of luck. However, in the depths of his eyes, what was hidden was a stronger killing intent and hatred. It's terrible Otsutsuki Yi Qing, I didn't expect that I would be willing to be the test subject of Lord Orochimaru, endure the pain in my body and even in the depths of my soul, only in exchange for the wood-style blood succession boundary. But compared to Otsutsuki Yi Ching, it's still rubbish. I can't admit defeat. What I have is the wood-style blood succession limit, which is the bloodline inherited from Lord Senju Hashirama, the god of the ninja world. How could I lose to Otsutsuki Yi Ching, a child of a mere rich family? I don't accept it. I don't accept it. Boom. A roar suddenly came, and Senju Luo Tian, who was cursing frantically behind the shield, suddenly changed his face and quickly raised his head and looked forward. The only one who can easily destroy his wood-style shield. Otsutsuki Yi Ching. Sure enough, when Senju Luo Tian's eyes looked towards the sky, a figure with white eyes and white pupils slowly drifted to his eyes. Otsutsuki Yi Ching. Senju Luo Tian gritted his teeth and said, his eyes were full of hard hatred and flames. Oh. Who are you, do I know you? Yi Ching replied subconsciously, because he really hadn't seen this person in front of him. You. Puff. Senju Luo Tian, who was understated by Yi Ching and said that he didn't know him, sprayed out old blood, making his whole body trembling with anger. What a special lousy, in order to kill you, united with those idiots, and you gave him a second for the first time. What a special lousy in order to kill you, but endured the experiment with Orochimaru that pervert on him to test it an awakened wood-style blood inheritance limit, unexpectedly slapped everyone to the second kill. You actually said you don't know me. Senju Luotian, you fool it. Give lousy to die. Senju Luo Tian roared, his feet slammed on the ground fiercely, and the whole person jumped straight on and rushed towards Yi Ching. At this moment, he didn't think about anything, he just wanted to fight Otsutsuki Yi Ching fiercely. This time, even if he was killed, it was only because he could not go online for 3 days and lost a little mental strength. At this price, he can still afford it. One day, I will kill you myself, Otsutsuki Yi Ching. Senju Luo Tian shouted frantically in his heart, but the movements of his hands did not stop at all, and he quickly sealed the seal, just one point in the direction of Otsutsuki Yi Ching. Wood-style tree-bound eternal burial technique. This move is the most powerful one among the wood-style ninjutsu he has mastered now. Summon a huge tree, entangle the enemy tightly before burying, hang the enemy alive. Boom. A violent roar came from the ground, and at the place where Otsutsuki Yi Ching was standing, a huge tree suddenly surged, and dozens of tough rattans crazily wrapped around him, intending to tie him up. Facing these dozens of vines, Yi Ching didn't move at all, as if he was restrained by this technique. Hiss. Why doesn't he move? Is it because the technique just consumes too much chakra, and he can't move? Not far away, Senju Luo Tian felt a surprise in his heart. This once-in-a-lifetime opportunity must not be given up like this, and rushed towards Yi Ching at a faster speed. It's a pity that before he pounced on Yi Ching's side, something that shocked him so much happened. I saw the dozens of vines entwined around Yi Ching. Before they touched his body, they seemed to have touched some taboo. They were absorbed by madness, and disappeared without a trace in an instant. Not only that, even the big tree behind him disappeared without a trace after touching Yi Ching. Impossible. Senju Luo Tian exclaimed, but before he could move, he saw Yi Ching suddenly opened his right hand towards him. In the palm of Yi Ching's right hand, there is a scarlet-colored Rinnegan, staring at him. This pupil. Wood-style blood succession boundary. Become a part of me. Yi Ching's faint voice sounded, and the Rinnegan on the palm of his right hand flashed a ray of light, rushing towards Senju Luo Tian. Under Yi Ching's control, Senju Luo Tian didn't have the ability to dodge at all, and was swallowed by this scarlet light. Ding dong, congratulations to the player Otsutsuki Yi Ching. World announcement. World announcement. Play Otsutsuki Yi Ching for the first time to complete the hidden killing mission, thousands of people's kill, and get a special title, Killing God. This event will be recorded in the historical event of the Tiandao online game Hokage Ninja, and it will last forever. World announcement. World announcement. Play Otsutsuki Yi Ching for the first time to complete the hidden killing quest, 10,000s of people. World announcement. World announcement. Play Otsutsuki Yi Ching for the first time to complete the hidden killing quest, 10,000s of people. The reminder of the world announcement sounded in the ears of all players again, which caused another round of heated discussions whether it was players who were still in the Hokage ninja world or players who had died and were forced to offline. What a pity was killed by Otsutsuki Yi-Ching again. How to play this game? Otsutsuki Yi-Ching killed 10 million people alone. There are more than 10 million people. Haven't you heard that the Black Dragon City in the real world was ruined by Yi-Ching alone? Yes, after that incident, the Black Dragon Club has more than 3 million elite members and hundreds of millions of Japanese players who have not seen it online until now. They must be dead. Thousands of people beheaded. My mother, can you still play this game? In history, one person slaughtered a city. Otsutsuki Yi-Ching is completely slaughtered by one country. Can you still play this game? The real world is a dangerous horse. I didn't expect Tiandao netizens to have a bug like Otsutsuki Yi-Ching. Ha 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 ha, it's better for us Cloud Shinobi and Mist Shinobi, there have been no large-scale battles in the country until now. Hehehehe, that is, until now, the levels of our Cloud Shinobi and Mist Shinobi players are nearly 20 levels ahead of the other 3 hidden villages. Huh. Then Otsutsuki Yi-Ching is more powerful. After the people of Cloud Shinobi and Mist Shinobi enter the mainland, they will definitely not be our opponents. We Cloud Shinobi and Mist Shinobi are the strongest. Wait a minute, you guys look at the world ranking list. The world ranking list. What's the matter? Has anyone surpassed Otsutsuki Yi-Ching? No, Otsutsuki Yi-Ching already has 385 levels, more than 100 levels more than the second place. Huh. The second place, how come the second place has become a ghost lamp blood moon? Wasn't it Senju Luotian before? Where did Senju Luotian go? I remembered adding Senju Luotian before. Why can't I find him on the friends list? I can't find it either. Is it? Senju Luotian was killed in the real world. Who did it? Otsutsuki Yi-Ching. Huh. With Senju Luotian's strength, only Otsutsuki Yi-Ching can kill him in the entire world. What a cruel Otsutsuki Yi-Ching. Otsutsuki Yi-Ching's achievements in killing thousands of people and the news of Senju Luotian's strange disappearance directly detonated the entire Hokage ninja world. Not only are the players still in the game talking crazy on the world channel, even the players who are offline due to death, are also talking crazy on the forum posts and even on major TV stations. If a player wants to disappear into the world of Tiandao online games, and make the entire person's information and his name on his friends list disappear without a trace, there is only one situation. This player is dead. Not the death in the game, but the real death in the real world. At this moment, I don't know how many players were frightened all over. In the real world, at a hidden base in the Arctic, the heads of all major regions of Tianluodi.com gathered together. Everyone looked at each other in silence, feeling extremely nervous. Just got the exact news that Luo Tian was indeed killed, but we have not been able to find his murderer. The headed man in black finally broke the silence and stood up and said. We checked all the surveillance, and no outsider came in at all. And what? The man in black hadn't heard the voice yet, and someone underneath hurriedly asked. At that time, Luo Tianzheng led my teammates to participate in the battle between Konoha and Rock Shinobi, and happened to ran into Otsutsuki Yi-Ching. Subsequently, Otsutsuki Yi-Ching slaughtered the entire player camp, and more than 100,000 members of our world network were also forced to go offline. However, Luo Tian was not killed at that time, nor was he offline. Is the news accurate? Someone immediately questioned underneath. Not only him, but even the faces of several other figures were very serious and nervous. It's true. The place where everyone on Tianluodi.com logs into Tiandao online games is fixed, and Luo Tian has not gone offline. What's going on? Could it be that there are killers who are better than me? Impossible. Luo Tian is the recognized #1 killer in the world. It wasn't killed in the real world. Could it be Tiandao online game? The people in black around were all caught up in the discussion, their voices getting louder and louder, and it almost turned into a quarrel. You know, Luo Tian is the strongest in Tianluodi. However, Luo Tian's current death is very bad news for Tianluodi. In addition to the real world, Luo Tian also occupies a lot of resources in the world of Tiandao online games, before pushing him to the descendants of the Senju clan, and becoming a disciple of one of Sanin, Orochimaru. It is precisely because of Luo Tian's identity and relationship in Konoha that Tianluotawan has a place in Konohagakure. However, now, with the death of Luo Tian, the relationship between the people of the sky and the earth in Konohagakure will definitely be greatly impacted. Ahem, shut up. The young man coughed twice and said lightly. The death of Luo Tian, we guess that the young man named Yi Qing has the weird ability to kill people in the real world in the game. The leader of the young man's voice has not yet fallen, and the people below are blasted again. This time the discussion is even louder, and almost the entire house will be overturned. The ability to kill people in the real world in the game. Impossible. I have never heard of such a thing. Is that Otsutsuki Yi Qing really a god? Is the game bug? Otherwise, Luo Tian's death can't be explained. The game world kills people in the real world. Looking at the chaotic scene, the leading young man sighed secretly and said, "This matter would rather be trusted or not. Then I will stop investigating or hunt down people from Yi Qing and Mingxin group. Everything, wait for that lord to return, and then make a decision." The lord. Is that the one who is as famous as Lord Luo Tian? It can only be so. Ding dong, congratulations to the player Otsutsuki Yi Qing has absorbed the special blood and bounds. The blood and bounds are being decomposed. Sure enough, it can absorb the blood of a special ninja. Yi Qing's eyes flashed, and said lightly. This is something he has always suspected. The physique, or blood, of a family of Otsutsuki can't be so simple, and there are more secrets hidden. In the original plot, the Otsutsuki peach style could not persist under the siege of the second pillar of the Big Prince and the Five Shadows and others. Thanks to the Otsutsuki golden style getting rid of the limitation of the Five Shadows, I was willing to let the Otsutsuki peach style absorb it and let it persist for a longer period of time. After the Otsutsuki peach style absorbed the Otsutsuki gold style, it actually entered a state similar to the curse seal transformation, and the strength has undergone a tremendous change. Not only that, after absorbing the Otsutsuki gold style, he will also display the Otsutsuki gold style abilities during his lifetime. The kind of red ring that can be transformed into any weapon with special abilities. Originally, Otsutsuki Taoshi didn't use this ability, but after he swallowed Otsutsuki Golden Shiki, he inherited this special ability. That is not to say that the body of the Otsutsuki clan, or the power of blood, can swallow any other special abilities and use them. This kind of speculation, until now, after he swallowed the player named Senju Luo Tian, he was finally determined. Really? People of the Otsutsuki clan can obtain their blood limit by devouring other players with special blood lineage. Blood succession boundary is being decomposed, successfully decomposed. Congratulations to player Otsutsuki Yi Qing for obtaining the S-rank blood succession limit, Wood Style. Wood Style. S-level blood succession boundary, a special blood succession boundary produced by the fusion of water style and wood style chakra nature transformation, turning chakra into the source of life, accelerating and controlling the growth of plants, in order to kill and control the enemy. Note: this wood style blood succession limit is obtained by the player Otsutsuki Yi Qing forcibly swallowing other blood succession limit ninjas. It cannot exert the strongest power and needs to be explored by the player. Is there no way to reach the strongest strength? Yi Qing frowned slightly, and now the chakra in his body has swallowed the four-tail beasts, and the amount of chakra is like a sea of abyss. But even so, it can't play the full power of wood style. In fact, this is very simple. What he devours is not the real wood style blood succession boundary, but the low-level wood style blood succession boundary produced by the fusion of Orochimaru through Senju Hashirama cells and the Senju family bloodline in Senju Luo Tian. It's only better than Yamato's wood style in the original plot, but it's not as strong as that. In the entire history of Hokage ninjas, only Senju Hashirama's wood style is the most perfect wood style. No one else can compare. Does wood style follow the limit? I don't know how powerful it can be. Yi Qing said lightly, and then pressed his hand on the ground. Chakra surged crazily in his body, leaning towards the depths of the earth. Wood style secret art, the birth of the tree world. This ninjutsu Yi Qing did not rely on the ninjutsu scrolls to learn, but with its own vague chakra, forcibly urging the wood style blood in the body to continue the limit, and then form a special wood style ninjutsu. Rumbling. As soon as the voice fell, I saw a sudden violent tremor in the open space with Yi Qing as the center of tens of thousands of meters. Numerous huge and incomparable trees emerged from the big underground, rising against the storm, and the speed was extremely fast. In just over 10 seconds, the forest that was originally destroyed was restored to its original state. Not only that, these newly born trees are bigger, more luxuriant and more energetic than the previous ones. Feeling the chakra in the body, it was only consumed less than 1%, and nodded in satisfaction. Although there are many bloodlines in wood style, I have so many chakras, which are enough to make up for the weaknesses caused by the scarcity of bloodlines. At this moment, Yi Qing has a very special feeling, as if these big trees within a radius of several thousand meters have become a part of his body, and he can command at will. Even, controlling their growth and death is very magical. I don't know, if I can swallow Senju Hashirama or Uchiha Madara, the two ninjas who once benefited the top of the ninja world, and merge their blood and bounds together, what kind of powerful power will be produced. However, their blood inheritance limits are derived from the physical and spiritual power of Sage of Six Paths. And Sage of Six Paths is just a descendant of Otsutsuki Kagaya, which is far too far behind the real blood of the Otsutsuki clan. NS. This world will be my Yi Qing sooner or later. A faint voice came, spreading throughout the forest, drifting with the wind. Above the bridge of the gods, this sudden battle is just like what happened in the original plot. The Kakashi team encountered a surprise attack by rock shinobi ninjas before they rushed to the shinobi bridge. The difference is that in the original plot, there are only 2 Iwagakure ninjas Fire and Dashi attacked, and now there are more than 200 Iwagakure ninjas guarding here. After all, Shinwubi Bridge is an important material supply route for Iwagakure, and it is impossible not to send someone to guard it. On the Kakashi team's side, several Konoha's indigenous ninjas followed. After a battle between the two sides, Rin Nohara was easily captured, Kakashi was blinded with his left eye, Obito and Kakashi parted ways and went to the temporary base of Iwagakure to rescue Rin Nohara. Those who violate the rules of the ninja, we call it trash. But, people who don't know how to value their companions are not as good as trash. Konoha's White Fang is the real hero. After mourning his misfortune and indisputable words, Obito finally changed Kakashi's obsession. Following Obito, he raided the temporary base of Iwagakure. Unfortunately, although Kakashi and Obito's plan was seamless, they were hit by a red shattered boulder during the retreat. Obito, on the other hand, was to rescue Kakashi, but he was crushed by the huge boulder, and his right body was shattered. After giving his left eye Sharingan to Kakashi as a gift from Jonin, Obito quietly closed his eyes. At this time, Namikaze Minato arrived at exactly this time. Unfortunately, it's too late. In order not to be overtaken by the Iwagakure ninja who was overtaking it, they had no time to collect Obito's body, so they had to leave here quickly. However, what they don't know is, when they disappeared, Obito's dead partner suddenly appeared a large weed, swallowing Obito's body, and disappeared without a trace. Have you finally done it? After Obito's body and the pile of pitcher plants disappeared, a dark crack suddenly appeared out of thin air in the dense forest not far away. Yi Qing's figure slowly floated out from the crack. Uchiha Madara, and Black Zetsu, have been waiting for you for a long time. A faint voice came. Yi Qing stretched out his hand and waved. A transparent chakra thread slowly floated out, spreading towards the place where White Zetsu left. At this time, Black Zetsu was not born, still hiding in the dark. Only when Uchiha Obito plunges into darkness, Black Zetsu will take advantage of Uchiha Madara's dying movements to come forward. At this time, what stayed by Uchiha Madara was the special life form he used to awaken the humans who died in Infinite Tsukuyomi in the previous life by using the Gedo statue. In the dark and damp underground, a pale figure was wrapping up a child who looked no more than 11 or 12 years old, and was sneaking deeper into the ground. The child looked very pitiful, and his left half of his body was smashed to pieces. If it hadn't been for this pale and humanoid monster to enter wood-style chakra for him, he would have died long ago. These two people, not others, formerly Uchiha Obito and White Zetsu. The direction of their trip was toward Uchiha Madara's hiding place. Although Uchiha Madara is old and disabled, she relies on the Gedo statue to sustain her life. Not only that, he also used White Zetsu to monitor the 5 hidden villages and provide him with a lot of intelligence. In other words, Uchiha Madara can know the world without going out. However, White Zetsu, who was sneaking toward the ground, didn't know that, not far behind him, there was a chakra that did not belong to him, closely following him. About half an hour later, White Zetsu's figure suddenly stopped, and the whole person seemed to fall into a space suddenly. In midair, several pale wooden piles suddenly rushed out of his whole body, supporting them on the ground, supporting him and Obito's body, and slowly falling down. Ban, the person you want, I brought you. Thanks for your hard work, absolutely. A hoarse, tired voice sounded, and in the middle of the clearing, an old man with long pale white hair slowly stood up. The old man looked very old, his skin was as rough and dry as the bark of an old tree that had grown for hundreds of years. Not only that, the whole body of the old man was filled with the stench of a dead body, and even made the surrounding air feel sticky. However, even so, when White Zetsu appeared by his side with Obito, who had lost half of his body, those tired eyes flashed a bright light. Uchiha Madara. This seemingly dying old man, who is still lingering on the Gedo statue behind his back, is battling the once god of ninja world, the best patriarch of the Uchiha clan. Uchiha Madara. Madara, when I rescued him, this kid had only one breath left, and half of his body was crushed into meat sauce. Are you sure he is still useful? White Zetsu slowly put Uchiha Obito on a stone bed and asked. Uchiha Madara dragged his exhausted body and walked slowly to Obito's side. Behind him, there are several vine-like things connecting him to the Gedo statue behind him. Continuously providing him with life nourishment is also the greatest guarantee for keeping him still alive in this world. Looking at Obito, half of his body shattered, a light flashed in Uchiha Madara's old eyes and said, "My descendants of the Uchiha clan will not die so easily. There is still a trace of chakra in his body. As long as he uses the life force of the Gedo statue, he can be resurrected. Next, it's up to you. Your wood-style chakra is a chakra from first Hokage Senju Hashirama, and it also has certain healing powers." Following Uchiha Madara's words, a vine suddenly stretched out from behind him, connected to Obito's body, and a large amount of life energy was infused into Obito's body by him. Not only him, but even White Zetsu next to him, several vines appeared on his body at this time, slowly entwining Obito's other body, and began treatment. Uchiha Obito is old and physically weak. Although White Zetsu is also a perceptual and auxiliary ninja, their minds have always been on Uchiha Obito. Therefore, I didn't find that there was another strange chakra hidden in the surrounding soil, watching them all the time. In addition, a few hundred meters above them, Yi Qing's pair of Byakugan with the highest purity is also slowly watching them. It turns out that I hid here. A faint voice came, and Yi Qing's eyes flashed with a sharp light. Uchiha Madara's secret base is hidden, and there are many early warning mechanisms around it, but it can't stop the prying of Otsutsuki Yi Qing chakra and Byakugan, and they have already discovered their exact location. The little mouse hiding in the ground, come out for me. Wood-style secret technique, the birth of the reverse tree world. After a soft drink, Yi Qing saw that Yi Qing made a seal with one hand, and then pressed hard on the ground. Boom. Boom. Rumble rumbling. A violent roar suddenly came from the ground, but the strange thing was that the whole ground was trembling all the time, but piles of sticky soil poured out, forming a mountain of dirt in an instant. A weird thing happened. There was no big tree formed by wood-style's blood succession boundary. It turns out that the normal tree world is born by relying on its own wood-style chakra, which promotes the crazy growth of a large number of trees from under the land, so as to achieve the purpose of attacking the enemy or controlling the enemy. However, Yi Qing did the opposite at this time, and did not accelerate the upward growth of these trees, but let them grow toward the depths of the soil. If there is a perception ninja here, you can definitely see that in the land under Yi Qing's feet, a dense forest suddenly appeared, spreading toward the depths of the land like a snake, and almost occupying a square in an instant. Miles underground. Boom. Boom. Rumble rumbling. The violent roar spread madly towards the ground, and the two people hiding in the ground felt the movement for the first time, and their faces changed drastically. Who? Uchiha Madara's face changed drastically. He has been hiding here for decades, and no one has ever noticed it. But now, He just started his own plan, but was discovered. Who the hell is this person? Huh. The reverse tree world is born. Who is it? Isn't Senju Hashirama dead? Dense trees soon occupied the hiding places of Uchiha Madara and White Zetsu. Looking at these crazy growing trees, Uchiha Madara immediately thought of Senju Hashirama, his lifelong brother and opponent. Go! Seeing these big trees rushing towards him frantically, Uchiha Madara roared and disappeared in a flash. White Zetsu was also a bit of the ground, and soon disappeared to the ground. His abilities are very strange, he can wander freely in the land, and his speed is also very fast. As for the half of Obito's body, the two of them had no time to take away, and were directly shattered by the surging trees. Boom 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 boom. The violent roar kept coming, and the whole ground was directly disturbed by Yi Qing's reverse tree world. Numerous soils rolled up and rushed towards the sky. But in more than 10 seconds, the original Shinwubi bridge on the ground disappeared, and it was replaced by a huge pothole. The very center of the pothole is where Uchiha Madara hides. Who are you? In the center of the pothole, Uchiha Madara looked up at the boy in white who was slowly floating towards him, and asked in a deep voice. Hehehehe. I didn't expect that Uchiha Madara, who used to be a ninja world, was like a groundhog, hiding here. Yi Qing didn't seem to see Uchiha Madara's angry eyes, and said lightly. Sure enough, this sentence directly angered Uchiha Madara, and a faint murderous intent spread immediately in the old eyes. Although the remnant wolf is old, not everyone can insult it. A scarlet light flashed out of Uchiha Madara's eyes suddenly, and his pupils suddenly turned into a strange shape of 3 rings, exuding a faint blood, very strange. Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. As early as a few years ago, during the Second Ninja War, Uchiha Madara had already opened Rinnegan at that time. However, his body has also reached the age of dying. In order to resurrect him later, he had to transplant Rinnegan's pupil power to Uzumaki Nagato, who was still young at the time, with the intention of using the future Nagato to resurrect himself. He saves Uchiha Obito now, but he just wants Obito to win over Nagato, so as to make some guarantees for his future resurrection. But now, Obito hasn't been rescued yet, and the powerful enemy has attacked. He has to use Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan to deal with the powerful enemy in front of him. Young man, who are you? This is just a dying old man. Why are you embarrassing me? Uchiha Madara stared at Yi Qing with a pair of scarlet eyes, but his right hand hidden behind his back trembled slightly, as if he was ordering something. And behind him, a dark shadow flashed by. Yi Qing did not notice the movement of Uchiha Madara, but looked at the huge statue behind Madara with interest. The statue looks like a human as a whole, but there are 10 tails around it, like the trunk of a dead tree, with teeth and claws, as if to choose people and eat them. 10 tails body. It is the trunk of the sacred tree. As long as the chakra of the 9-tailed beasts is injected into the trunk of the sacred tree, 10 tails can be resurrected, and then the infinite Tsukuyomi can be used to extract the lives of all the ninjas, and the sacred tree will bear the fruit of the sacred tree. Uchiha Madara, as long as you surrender to me and dedicate the Gedo statue or 10 tails to me, I will have a way to increase your lifespan and restore your youth. Even, immortality. What? Yi Qing's words not only shocked Uchiha Madara, but Black Zetsu, who was hiding in the dark, was shocked. Because Black Zetsu knows very well that the Uchiha clan is indeed qualified to do this, as long as the chakra fruit and chakra pills are enough, then they are immortal people. Everyone has their own preferences. In watching the original plot, Yi Qing liked the prince when he was young, but was replaced by the tragic figure Uchiha Madara in the back. When he was young, he and his companion Senju Hashirama had the same idea of peace, but also had to confront each other under the instructions of their families. However, Uchiha Madara and Senju Hashirama eventually became good friends and united. Unfortunately, during that battle, the only brother left by Uchiha Madara died at the hands of Senju Hashirama's younger brother Senju Tobarama. That day, Uchiha Madara was distraught. However, the Uchiha clan was defeated, and for peace, they had to accept the Senju clan's terms. Next, Uchiha Madara and Senju Hashirama joined forces to establish Konohagakure with the Land of Fire. The two suppressed the ninja world with their extremely strong strength. No country and hidden village dared to provoke a war again. The ninja world seemed to usher in a short period of peace. Unfortunately, the good times did not last long. Because of the miss of his younger brother and the strange vision of the villagers with different political ideas, and the continuous bewilderment of Black Zetsu behind him, Uchiha Madara finally took the route of deviating from the village. Finally, Uchiha Madara and Senju Hashirama, two lifelong brothers and rivals, fought a battle in the Valley of End. In that battle, Uchiha Madara died in the battle, but he was resurrected by the secret technique of Izanagi that was left in Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, and was hidden. As for Senju Hashirama, he was seriously injured after the battle and died peacefully afterwards. Soon after the death of the two, the ninja world ushered in a big battle again, which even lasted for decades. Otsutsuki Yi Ching didn't want to kill Uchiha Madara, and even, if possible, he wanted to be friends with Uchiha Madara and save his life. Unfortunately, with Uchiha Madara's arrogance and deep mind, it is basically impossible. Yi Ching said so, just to put an end to his youth and past. Ha 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 ha. When does Uchiha Madara need someone else to be pitiful? And, still a kid. Uchiha Madara laughed frantically, backhanded, one hand had already printed, took a breath, and spit out a sigh of relief at Yi Ching. Fire style extinguish the fire. Fire style extinguish the fire. Red hoo 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 hoo. Bursts of dazzling flame light violently gushed out from Uchiha Madara's body, and a huge flame appeared in the air, pressing against Yi Ching fiercely. This flame even covered all the surrounding potholes, like a sea of clouds. Uchiha Madara's best ninjutsu is fire-style ninjutsu besides Hitomi. In the original plot, Uchiha Madara has just been resurrected on the battlefield. In the face of tens of thousands of ninja coalition forces, he used fire-style fire fighting to display a huge wall of fire more than 10 meters high, and rushed towards the ninja coalition forces. Even more than a dozen jonin who are good at water-style ninjutsu in the ninja allied forces joined together to display the water-style water barrier, which merged into a huge waterfall, which could not completely block the wall of fire displayed by Uchiha Madara alone. This shows that Uchiha Madara is so grandmaster and good at fire-style ninjutsu. Even the current Yi Ching, when feeling this fire-style ninjutsu, the pressure is higher than before facing the millions of players, and the pressure of performing millions of ninjutsu together is even greater. As expected of Uchiha Madara, Yi Ching screamed in his heart, feeling the overwhelming heat wave sweeping towards him, but gave up the ability to use Rinnegan with his right hand. In this battle, he didn't want to use the special physique of the Otsutsuki clan to bully Uchiha Madara. Instead, he had to use ninjutsu against ninjutsu in a fair way. Water-style great waterfall technique. With both hands nodding, this A-level ninjutsu was completed in an instant, and the chakra inside the body ran wildly, rushing to the surroundings. Boom puff 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 puff. The sound of the violent water flow came fiercely, and I saw a rush of water suddenly surged from the feet of Yi Ching, and it rushed up tens of meters in an instant, rushing toward the huge flame from all directions. Boom. Zis z. Boom. Puff. The chaotic sound of water, the sound of burning, the sound of smoke, and the sound of explosions continued to come. I saw the impact of this raging flame and flowing water, which seemed to be indistinguishable from each other. The forest is surging and it is huge. It took several minutes before this violent reaction ceased. And Yi Ching sighed, as if there is an invisible protective cover protecting him. The flames, water, steam and other things can't even get close to him. The pupils blew veins violently. Byakugan's perspective has reached ultimate. However, I don't know what Uchiha Madara did. That area seems to be shielded by darkness, and I can't see it very clearly. When Uchiha Madara's figure slowly walked out, Yi Ching showed an admiring smile at the corner of his mouth, and said faintly. As expected of Uchiha Madara. Boom. Hoo 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 hoo. Suddenly, a violent gust of wind rolled up on the flat ground, swept away all the water vapor that had originally permeated the area, exposing the original terrain. I saw that Uchiha Madara's figure suddenly became taller at this time, and her old skin seemed to have recovered a hint of luster at this time. Not only that, his pair of Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, which was originally a bit muddy, has also recovered its clarity, as if it were a different person. I see. Yi Ching looked at the ghetto statue behind Uchiha Madara and said lightly. It turned out that Uchiha Madara used the water vapor generated by the collision between fire style fire extinguishment, and Yi Qing's water style waterfall technique, and then covered Yi Qing's Byakugan perspective with the chakra left over by the Gedo statue. His goal is to absorb all the life essence stored in the Gedo statue at this moment. Only in this way can he recover to his peak state in a short time and have the strength to fight Yi Qing. However, in the original plot, Uchiha Madara can live for a few months, even 1 or 2 years after today, with the essence of Gedo statue's life. However, he took the initiative to completely absorb the few remaining life essence, and he had to fight Yi Qing with this old body. The time that can be supported is calculated in minutes. Hehehehe. Boy, I heard your name from White Zetsu. You have already captured 4 tail beasts. Uchiha Madara felt his younger body, facing Yi Qing, slowly said. However, I also got a message from White Zetsu. Your ability is to absorb ninjutsu with the strange pupil of your right hand, and then use the pupil of your left hand to increase and release it. Tell me, why do you want to abandon your best abilities and use ninjutsu to fight against me? Hearing Uchiha Madara's questioning, Yi Qing opened his hands, looked at the closed pupils, and said lightly. Facing the strongest man of the Uchiha clan, and even one of the strongest men in the world, what I need is a fair fight. As soon as the voice fell, the whole body of Uchiha Madara's breath changed. A pair of scarlet eternal Mangekyo Sharingan flashed a light, and said coldly. Very well, I didn't expect that I, Uchiha Madara, would actually have the day when I was despised, ha 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 ha. Boy, I will let you know that not everyone can bear the angry flames of the Uchiha clan. As soon as the voice fell, he saw that his hands were imprinted in front of him in an instant, and another extremely hot flame formed in front of him in an instant. Fire style, the fire is gone. Boom. Hoo 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 hoo. This is a group of fire spears that is more concentrated than the previous, fire style holding fire, like tens of thousands of arrows composed entirely of flames, rushing in the direction of Yi Qing frantically. Like 1,000 arrows piercing through the heart and like a torrential rain, almost in an instant, the hundreds of meters in the air in front of Yi Qing's body have been completely enveloped by countless flaming arrows. Looking from a distance, like countless meteors, falling crazily. Boom. Boom. Boom boom boom. The violent roar came continuously, but it was only a few seconds. Originally, the place where Yi Qing stood was like a volcanic eruption. Countless flames and boulders rolled, shaking crazily in that area. However, such a violent vibration did not cause Uchiha Madara's contempt in the distance. As a man who has lived on the battlefield for almost half of his life, he understands that contempt for the enemy is an insult to himself. Therefore, after Yi Qing was wrapped in countless flame arrows, his hands did not stop, and he performed a ninjutsu. I saw a gourd-shaped mountain suddenly appeared on his right hand, and he slammed it forward. At the same time, the left hand quickly took in, and a ninjutsu was completed in an instant. Fire style horse fire whirlwind. Thanks for watching, please subscribe and support our channel.